she'll be throwing the bash. I need a woman who'll treat me right. I need a woman who'll love and squeeze me tight. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman I can call my own. She got the love the blues and she'll buy me home. She'll tie me up at night and make me say when the sun comes up we'll do it all again. I need a woman who'll love and squeeze me tight. I need a woman wanna treat me right. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. Trash and stock arrangements, paying our dues, scraping for corn and rock the blues. Band is kicking, playing it tight, all getting high till the morning light. Wielding my axe all night long, selling my soul for the price of a song. Any inspiration comes my way, fades like a dream by the break of day. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. Growls, hardball lights grow low, screaming out the high notes, losing control. Moving through the shadows late Friday night, guitar burning, holding back the light. Playboys and gals changing back in the suits, ducking the light, the last pour from a hooch, cleaning the streets, hosing the drunks, sleeping it off in the back of the truck. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. I'd rather stand accused of murder than be found guilty of loving you. I'd rather stand accused of murder than be found guilty of loving you. The way you misuse me, woman, what else could I do? You yelled and screamed all through the night, oh, so many years. Now the noise inside these prison walls is music to my ears. I'd rather stand accused of murder and
right, all right, all right. Ooh, I fucked that up. Let's see something real quick. Hold on. I hit that too quick. I do that out of habit. Give me 1 second here. Uh oh. That didn't take long for me to. There we go. Let's finish that glitch. Let it play. Boy, it's amazing. You hit one button too quick. Look what happens. Let's try. There we go. Oh, there we go. Done properly. Hey there, Miss B. Thank you for calling me handsome. I appreciate that. I've been very depressed the last couple of days, and somebody on Twitter posted something like, "Hey, I'm crazy depressed," and someone else was like, "Yeah, me too," and like everybody was like, "Yeah," like what the fuck is going on? So it's very nice when somebody pays you a compliment. The sax, that's off the that's just I needed a little bit more time, so I played that track. But that track is off my brother's album, like all the other ones I play. And that sax you like so much is my brother. So I'm glad you like that. And nice to see you. I got some coffee. I got some ganja. See a few other people are here. That's cool. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd appreciate that. Got all kinds of ways you could participate in the little community we're building here. Got a Facebook group you can join if you want to talk about the show. I'm always posting things in there and, different videos and stuff that I think my audience would like. So you could join us there. Or also, I have a Discord server. So either ZachWaldman.com/FB group if you're into the Facebook thing, or ZachWaldman.com/Discord if you prefer to be on the Discord server. I'd love to have you. Subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification bell, choose all. You'll know when I upload a new video and when I go live, like I am right now. Got a whole bunch of things on the agenda to talk about, and but we can't do anything until I smoke a little ganja. And I hope everybody's doing well. So if there's anything in particular on your minds tonight, let me know. And that's that. What's going on, Miss B? How are you? Oh, Miss B, I don't know. We got to get your website going. I just wanted to show you something real quick. I have I've put my website. Let's see. Betting. Let's see here. So let me just go to this. I just want to show you something real quick, my love. If this will ever go. There we go. So, just like you, I started up a new website and I haven't done anything with it yet, but I just did mine. So, this is bettingpolitical.com. And obviously, there's nothing here yet. It's all just placeholder stuff, just like yours. But this is where I'm going to start chronicling my journey on political gambling on predictit.org. So, I was, I don't know, like, I forget what you're having an issue with your computer. I was going to say, since I've got uh, I'm all right, I suppose, mostly good. I've been in my feels this week. Not sure if I'm depressed, but I'm definitely a bit more melancholy. Probably just my fucking seasonal depression. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I was thinking, like, maybe while I'm doing mine, I could help you with yours too. So I'd be like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what you can do, and like. But I mean, it's real easy. You probably don't need me. There's a video, by the way, that walks you through every step of using that theme builder and shit I gave you. Yeah, your computers are dinosaurs. Yeah, it's a fucking problem for me too, man. I get it. My hard drive is spinning now, but I don't know why, man. It wasn't. It's like it doesn't do it until after I've been streaming for a little while. Then it all goes to hell. Yeah, I would be happy to help you, but yeah, if your computers, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But you are hooked up, man. I'm going to tell you the way I set you up. I'm telling you, just what I've already given you, somebody would have charged you a few grand just because of the software and shit. I'm helping you out, and I want to see you get your site up and start making some money off of there and not giving it to Patreon or OnlyFans. It'd be cool. All right, let me hit this bowl, and we'll get into some shows. No, you are the best. I didn't know if you knew how much like how hooked you up you are. You're super hooked up now, and so I just want to see you be successful. You'll probably have more people in your little fan club or whatever you decide to call your members area. You'll probably have more people in the fucking first day. I can't get past 14. I had 16 at one point, lost a couple. So I was like, if I could get 10 new people a month and it takes me years to get to 1,000, that would be okay. But fuck, man, it's been 10 months and I've got 14 people. I'm averaging a person a month, basically. Jesus Christ, I'm a loser. I think I'm going to call them bumblebees and I'll be the beekeeper. I like it. I like it. So you could have missb.com/the hive, right? You could call your fan club area the hive or the honeycomb. missb.com/honeycomb or I don't know. Something like that'll work. People are slow coming into the. You thought honeycomb the other day? Yeah, I like it. The hive is shorter. They're both good. Oh yeah, maybe you could have like let's see. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe figure that out. Where is everybody tonight? I started at a good time tonight. A little bit earlier, not too early, not too late. I thought it was going to be tons of people in here. There's really only two of you in here because it says four, but two of those are me on two different computers. All right. Well, let's see. Since you're here, what should we start with? Let's do this one. It's pretty funny. Oh, let's turn on Little Zach. Why not? Why the hell not? Oh, look, the video for Little Zach isn't bad. One of the problems with Little Zach is that it would get real stuttery. But man, I can't believe that latency thing. It took me forever to figure out to turn that off. I missed you last night because you were streaming at the same time as me. Oh, that's funny. Okay, here we go. Federal judge orders massage parlor videos of Robert Kraft, others destroyed. Ryan Young. Look at his title, writer. I like it. I like his name. I like his title. Everything about this guy, you know how to spell his name. I talked to my best friend from college today. She has a son named Ryan, and she said that I don't know who it was, someone related wanted to spell it Rian, and she was no. She's like, I put my foot down. She's like, we're giving him a normal name. We're not gonna fuck it up by spelling it, stupid. So I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, Ryan Young, writer. And this is interesting to me because obviously it's a Florida thing, but Robert Kraft's legal issues in Florida seem to finally be behind him for good. So, just up front, let me explain something about this you might not know about Florida. One of the reasons that the weirdest news in the world comes out of Florida, it's not just because Floridians are crazy. I mean, we are, but it's more than that. The laws in Florida are such that they have like complete transparency on criminal cases. So I read a whole thing about it. This reporter went into detail. She talked about how where she worked in some city or some other state other than Florida, and you would routinely ask for information, and then the cops all knew to tell you, well, if you want that, file this request, and you would file the request and it would get turned down. There's all these privacy laws in most states, but in Florida, it's completely transparent. So the reason it's like, why are there so many crazy people in Florida? It's just that you're allowed to hear about it and you're not allowed to hear about it in other states. Reason I bring this up is because Robert Kraft, the New England Patriots owner, he got busted for getting a rub and tug in Florida. And there was video of it. And this dude's been fighting tooth and nail, although I hope there were no teeth or nails involved in his rub and tug. They he didn't want those videotapes released. And he's got just that kind of money and power to get the right kind of lawyers. And he managed to pull this off, which was, no pun intended. It's pretty amazing in Florida to keep this stuff on the DL. But the way it worked out was they didn't change the laws in Florida, the transparency laws. It's nothing to do with that. Because that's what I was worried about. I'm like, oh, if this cocksucker fights this and they start tightening rules in Florida, we're not going to get all of this transparency. But no, what it was the judge, uh, Rodolfo A. Ruiz II, ruled that any videos of Kraft and the other customers at the massage parlor, they had to be destroyed and wiped from existence because their surveillance was already deemed unlawful. The order didn't cite Kraft by name, but basically the way they were conducting the surveillance in the first place was the problem. He was 70, Kraft is 79. He was charged in 2019 in a sting aimed at breaking up rub and tugs in Florida. Police installed cameras in both the lobby and rooms at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa in Jupiter, Florida, as part of a sting. Well, this is when old people that don't want to like learn technology. I know so many old people that are resistant to learning anything about technology. It's like, dude, if you had learned a little bit about technology, you could have used all kinds of apps or websites and just paid money to have the hottest broads come over. You could have had a few that you had on retainer that you knew and you trusted. They would have been LA 10s. You could have had the girlfriend experience, which is funny that, when guys, I was thinking about this, like the, what kind of, what the fuck is the girlfriend experience? Guys don't really pay hookers for the girlfriend experience because they pay for the fantasy girlfriend experience. The real girlfriend experience would, be she's gained weight, doesn't want to fuck you, um, complains about everything you do, doesn't like your friends, complains about work, complains about her friends, and it's like, yeah, that's the girlfriend experience. You want the fake girlfriend experience. But women are in the same boat. They all want a knight in shining armor. They all want a prince, and you know, you see what they end up with. Anyway, the and by the way, I'm not speaking about any of my personal girlfriends or ex-girlfriends. I'm just saying in general, the real life girlfriend experience, the nagging, the jealousy, whatever it is, that's all of that is left out of the girlfriend experience. My point is, Kraft here, it could have easily, like, why is he going to a massage parlor in Jupiter, Florida, like white trash? I mean, come on, dude. You could afford to have somebody go and find these women and bring them back to your place. You could just rent a room at a nice hotel and send them there. There's so many ways you could have done this that would have resulted in hotter chicks and you wouldn't have all this aggravation. But anyway, police had footage, allegedly, yeah, whatever, of Kraft getting a blowjob at the spa. Said they needed footage from inside the spa to confirm its investigations and tried to have it released. His legal team said it was porno. An appeals court ruled that Kraft's rights were violated by law enforcement. The video couldn't be used in trial, something Florida prosecutors said they wouldn't challenge. Because of that, charges against Kraft and nearly 24 other men were dropped. Now, those guys, I want to meet those guys. These are the guys that got lucky as fuck because they got busted with the right guy. If Bob Kraft wasn't there that day, all those guys would still be in trouble. And an entire courtroom of people would be watching them all getting jacked and sucked off. I mean, if you're going to get busted, if you're going to get caught up in a sting operation, in a dragnet, try to do that with somebody rich and powerful. So, Florida's new ruling ensures the footage won't be released. He thought it'd be released to the internet. Hey, man, you should be proud you're still a horny fuck, man. Videos from the spa were sealed under court orders, be destroyed under the supervision of a neutral third party. Don't you, come on, man. How do you not watch it, though? Like, we got to watch it, make sure we're deleting the right thing. What's a neutral third party look like? We need somebody that really doesn't care about this guy getting a blowjob. Somebody that doesn't know who Bob Kraft is. So somebody that's not an NFL fan. Who wants to watch Bob Kraft get a blowjob anyway? He's an old dude. He pleaded not guilty initially. Then he apologized. I guess because he didn't do it. NFL hasn't punished him. Oh my God. Could you imagine if the NFL came down on him for getting a rub and tug when most of the players are all on parole for like rape and aggravated battery? NFL, they could punish him under their personal conduct policy, little brother. Lead Long said it would wait to do so if it does at all, as it did not want to interfere with the ongoing legal investigation. Well, good for Bob Kraft, but even better for all the dudes that escaped getting convicted. Hi, I'm Bob Kraft. I'm an old horny motherfucker. I wish he would use all that power and influence to decriminalize prostitution and make an actual positive change in the world. Anyway, whatever. He seems like a fun dude. I like Bob Kraft. How do you not like a guy that gets a dozen other dudes off? I mean, you know what I mean. I didn't mean get off. You know what I'm saying. Let's. Why is it snowing everywhere where snow shouldn't be? I know. I kind of felt like taking a little drive up to PCH to see the snow in Malibu, but I didn't bother. Most snow I've seen since I moved out to Northern Cali countryside in the 19. You are in Lake County. Jesus Christ, you almost fell off the mountain. I had a couple of close calls backing up in some fucking crazy dark places. That's a scary thing when you realize, fuck, I was like a foot away from sending my car off a cliff. What kind of girlfriends have I had? I wasn't talking about my girlfriends necessarily. Able to burn some ganja tonight. Fuck yeah, I'm going to pack another bowl here. I want a guy who stays home and cooks and cleans for me. I'm the breadwinner. That's terrible. Trying to be the husband, stays home and cooks and cleans. My wife is turning into the breadwinner. Zach, your Discord server invite is invalid. Maybe he couldn't finish, so he's not guilty. Nice. How is my Discord server thing not working? That doesn't make sense. God, mother fucking. I'm going to check it right now. ZachWaldman.com/Discord. Invite invalid. What the fuck? Well, let me get a. Thanks for telling me. That sucks, donkey dick. Let me start up Discord and get another invite. I don't know why it did. Maybe those invites expire or something. I hate the idea of starting Discord while I'm streaming. Hopefully, it doesn't cause everything to come down. I quit my Dropbox. So let me start Discord. That sucks. So you barely. I need to stalk your every internet move. Yeah, I've only ever driven once with chains on my tires. I was driving up to Big Bear, and streamer mode is enabled. Stay safe, friend. There's a streamer mode on Discord. I have no idea. I don't need that. But here, let me disable that. Let me go to my thing. Invite people. I'm wondering, by the way, do you think it's because I had the app closed? Let's try. Huh, no invalid. All right, here is a link. Okay, so I'm real new to using Discord as well. That one should work. I don't know why the fucking other one doesn't. It's fucking stupid. And anyway, so I'm going to tell you what, Miss B. Discord is pretty awesome. And it's real easy to learn. And there's everyone. Welcome, Miss B. There's a stream room. Here, I'm going to try the stream room out. Stream room. I'm going to invite you, Miss B. How come? Okay. No one else is here. Invite people to join you. I tried to invite Miss B. Miss B, come into the stream room on Discord. See what this is like. Never mind. Fuck. We'll fuck you with it later. It is pretty cool, though. But fuck it. We'll play with that later. I'm going to totally derail the show otherwise. And it's also grinding my CPU is grinding to a halt. So I better just exit out of Discord. All right. Your link doesn't work either. Yeah, all right. So I have no idea. My link, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. And now this thing is blowing up. Everything. That's because of you. Oh my God. It's madness. All right. So bottom line is I'm new to Discord also. I've been using it for I've been on it for a while, but only really trying to use it in the last week or so. It's pretty fucking awesome. It's pretty great. I gotta say. So maybe that's where I'll do my I don't know. I'm going to start streaming there. But I was going to say, I was driving up to Big Bear once and I put snow chains on my tire. I never had snow chains ever. When I lived in Chicago, I had a car, but there's no hills in Chicago. It's flat as fuck. So I never saw anybody with snow chains in Chicago. Not that I could remember. But I going up to Big Bear with a friend, we had to stop and get some chains. And driving with chains on your tires is fucking awesome. That's really fun, man. You really don't go anywhere. But I have a front wheel drive car. I bet all wheel drive with chains, that would be the shit. Yeah, Discord's pretty great, man. It's easy to get the hang of. And when you do, you're going to like it. It's pretty awesome. Ah, my shoulder's so fucked. I just want my shoulder to be good again. Let me, let me top off this bowl and we'll do another story. I was hoping more people would come in here, so I was kind of vamping. There's five of you now, really three. So if you would hit that thumbs up button, I'd appreciate it. I have chains in my tiny front wheel drive Hyundai. Yeah, it's awesome, right? Driving with chains, it's fun. I just feel like it fucks up your car. My wife's new all-wheel drive Subaru with snow tires is not allowed to use snow tires. What? That's so weird. Oh, snow chains. Gotcha. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. Huh. Well, maybe that's cool, man. You don't need chains. You got all-wheel drive. That's better if you don't need chains. I didn't know that you couldn't use them together. That's interesting. Huh. And the more you know. All right. So I want to real quick, and then we'll do a story. I just want to see why that link isn't working because I use a. I wonder if it's because this thing needs to be updated. One of the greatest things in the world for your life. I'm going to tell you two things if you want to make your life awesome. I'm just updating some shit. So one of the things I use is called LastPass. It's a password manager, but also your address and credit card numbers. Hold on, I was looking for something. All right. It's the greatest thing. My passwords are the I don't know any of my passwords. They're all like fucking 20 or 30 characters long. They're insanely long and complicated, and they're all stored there. And so if I have to enter, let's say I have to register for a new website, I hit one button. It fills out the username I want to use, generates a password, address, credit card, whatever. Everything is in there, right? So I uh I highly recommend that. It'll make your life a million times better. Every time you log into a website, it recognizes it. You click on it, and bang, boom, bomb. Okay, so that I wonder. Okay, uh, that's my one recommendation. The other recommendation is the thing I'm fucking with right now, which I should just bring this window over here so I can fucking see. Um, I use something I could give you a link to it if you actually ever want to use it, but it's called Simple Click Tracker, and what it does is it allows you. You notice all my links are zachwaldman.com/ something like this Discord one's fucked up. I'm gonna fix it right now. I don't know why. I don't know if that invite link changes if it's not the same all the time or what, but it should. Let me double check this, but it should work. But basically, I can have all of my links be zachwellman.com/discord because the real link, which I gave you a second ago, is that jumbled. Oh, now it doesn't fucking really. What is going on here? I think these Discord links for some reason expire or something. No, okay, that one works. Hold on. Uh, But you can always, so you can make the links nice and clean. And then if anything changes, you can always redirect them to something. So, like, let's say, for instance, I was promoting a camera on Amazon. And I said, I recommend this camera. And if you want to get it, go to zachwaldman.com/obsbot AI tail. And you click on that link and it takes you to buy the product, but it's my affiliate link when you actually get to the website. Then let's say the camera gets discontinued. Instead of that link being dead, I can just change the destination to something else. I could say it could go to a page that says, "Oh, the camera you wanted isn't around anymore, but click here for the updated one that I recommend." Or it could take you straight to the recommended camera. There's all kinds of situations where you want to be able to just change where these links are forwarding to. So, let's see here. I don't know why. Okay, I'm done trying to fix this right now, but this is driving me nuts. For some reason, I can't get it fixed. Ba, 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 ba. I made a comment in Discord app. All right, cool. All right, enough. See, Discord is fucking up my life. Sorry, I wasted all the time on that. But as usual, whenever I start blathering away about some technical nonsense, I I get more viewers. Like when I'm trying to be entertaining and give you guys a show, people start dropping off. If I'm babbling incoherently about trying to get a forwarded link to work, and like, oh wow, I can't get I'm having trouble with my camera, and then I get 30 viewers. I should just do a show called Technical Difficulties. I used to run something called a BBS in the 80s on an Atari 800 XL, and it stood for Bulletin Board System. And I personally knew the guys that wrote the software for one of these BBSs, and it was called TD, and it stood for Technical Difficulties. And it was my friend Scott and his friend Ken that wrote it. My friend Scott then ended up living with me, and all we used to do is program. And he was older than me. I was like 12, he's 18 at the time. And a very smart guy, really talented programmer. And so little by little, he kept making my BBS better and better and better until it didn't even resemble the original TD. And I said to him, "How did you get the name for the BBS? TD, technical difficulties." And he said, "Oh, Ken came up with it because he was trying to." By the way, remember, they were kids at the time. They were like 16, 17, 18. When they actually wrote the software, they were probably 16. And he said he was in the bathroom and he said, "Oh, man, I really struggled in there to take a dump. It was horrible. And I finally made it work, but I was having technical difficulties." Hey, let's call the BBS technical difficulties. So maybe I should just call my show technical difficulties. And it's just like, it's stuff like this. Oh, really? The mic wasn't working? Oh, and then it's like, how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, what do you mean? I look like I'm in the witness protection program. Like, just chaos. And people are like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen. Nothing works. It's kind of like Carl Ballantyne, the magician, who none of his magic tricks worked, that kind of thing. It's like a magic show where none of the tricks go right, and it's really like a non-magic show. That's what I'll do. I'll do a non-YouTube show where it's just everything fucking up. Anyway, notice how careful I was in my demonstration of faking technical difficulties. I didn't get crazy because I didn't want to be like a fighter, like Max Holloway. He got me worried there in that last fight when he was mugging and looking away. I'm like, man, Anderson Silva did that and got knocked out. Okay, speaking, that's a good segue into talking about fights. Let's do this. Bring up little logo and little Zach. And Ben Askren agrees to box YouTuber Jake Paul for more money than he's ever been paid before. How great is that? I love to see that. Ben Askren's going to destroy him and he's going to get a payday. Good on Ben Askren. This is from MMAweekly.com. Staff. The whole staff wrote this one. Former Bellator and one championship title holder, UFC veteran Ben Askren agreed to box YouTube sensation Jake Paul. I would love to make fun of that, but I mean, one of the reasons I keep trying to be successful on YouTube is because I see the incredible douchebags and the bores that have huge audiences. And I'm like, I don't get it. I know I'm not that fucking boring. And I know I'm not that much of a douchebag. There's got to be something. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should be incredibly boring and a douchebag. A boring douche. Maybe that's the key to success on YouTube. Anyway, why has he done this? Because Triller, is backing a dump truck full of money to his front door. That's why. Triller's the promotional company behind the recent Mike Tyson comeback against Roy Jones Jr. I definitely want to see this. Paul fought his second professional boxing match on the undercard of the Tyson Jones card, knocking out former NBA star Nate Robinson in the second round. I think my 8-year-old nephew could have knocked out Nate Robinson. The man has clearly never been told how to fight. I mean, did he train at all for that? That was amazing. And the most amazing part was they let the fight go on as long as they did. After defeating Robinson, Paul used his platform of millions of social media subscribers and followers to try and lure Conor McGregor into a fight. That, of course, fell flat. I should also mention that I'm such a sucker for, actually meeting somebody in person and then like really liking them. I don't remember who are we talking. This is Jake Paul we're talking about in this one, right? I guess it was his brother Logan that I happened. It's a short story, but I happened to be on set. So I was walking by a magic shop. I know the owner, and I waved at him, and he waved me in and said, "Hey, they're shooting a movie here. Come and hang out for a minute." And I went and hung out, and it was, I think, Logan Paul. I don't know my Jake from my Logan, I got to tell you, but he was in a Disney movie, and they were filming a little scene there. And he looked up at me, and he was like in the middle of this. They was like changing from one costume to another. He looked up and he just smiled in a very genuine way at me. And I was like, oh, this guy seems like a really nice guy. That's all it took, was a fucking nice smile with eye contact. I was like, he just seemed like a good dude. I'm like, yeah, I could hang out with this guy. That's all it took for me. So I'm just, whatever. After defeating Robinson, Paul, okay. So yeah, McGregor didn't want to fight him. He tried to goad McGregor teammate and Bellator fighter Dylan Dennis into a fight. That was also a non starter. His brother, fellow YouTube sensation celebrity boxer Logan, I have no idea which one was in this Disney movie. I'll tell you one quick thing about it, though. So I'm standing there while they're filming this scene, and there's this air conditioner vent, this like ducting up in the ceiling that is loud as fuck. And it's like making this banging noise, like bang, bang. And after he said, I didn't say anything, and the director said, cut. And I said to my friend who owned the magic shop, he since sold it. His name is Steve Spill. Great, great guy, great comedy magician. He used to own a theater right down the street that another friend of mine purchased from him, and it was looted during the rioting here in Santa Monica. And so I said to my friend Steve, who was the owner at the time, I said, Steve, isn't that banging from the ducting, the air conditioner, whatever that is can't they hear that? Aren't they don't they need it quiet in here? And he says to me, he goes, oh no, you see the boom mic they have there is very, directional, and it won't pick up that noise. I went, oh wow. I said, okay. I just was surprised. And the director overheard me, and he looked at me and he looked at Steve and goes, son of a bitch. I don't remember, I'm paraphrasing here, but he was like, I didn't notice that. And he looked at me and went, dude, thank you. And he looked at Steve. He's like, no, that is definitely a problem. Can we turn it off? And he's like, no, we can't do anything. And then they started working it all out. And then next thing I know, the whole set came to a grinding halt. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get going now. My work here is done. I literally stopped by for 5 minutes and derailed the whole fucking thing because for some reason I was the only one that noticed that the air conditioner was making a fucking sound like a sledgehammer on a bell, on a broken bell. And but for some reason the director just he didn't notice that he was focused or something, and Steve didn't say anything because I guess he was like, yeah, whatever. They must notice, they've got equipment. And I just came in and was like, yeah, he was like, oh, he's like, I really appreciate you pointing that out. But he was like frustrated because he realized, oh man, we got to reshoot stuff. So anyway, and then I walked out and left the movie set in chaos. It was this magic place. This theater is right down the street from where I live. I was literally just walking by and, hey, hi, Steve. Hey, Zach, come in. They're filming a movie. Want to watch them film a movie? Okay. Oh, hey, I hear a lot of clanging. Hey, Zach, thanks for coming by and fucking up everything, pissing everybody off. But again, he wasn't mad at me. He was just annoyed that he didn't hear it. So Logan Paul inked an exhibition deal to face Floyd Mayweather in February. This is amazing. You know what this is turning into? These boxing matches are like fantasy camp. That's all it is. You know how people would pay like a bunch of money to go to rock and roll fantasy camp, and you would jam with rock stars from like, I don't know, Foghat and the Guess Who. And I love those bands, by the way. I'm just saying, it's like, who's your lineup at rock and roll fantasy camp? Oh man, I got to jam with the bass player from REO Speedwagon. That's awesome. It is awesome. But now I think what it is you've got rich YouTubers and they're like, hey man, I could just if there's enough money that if we can bring enough eyeballs and make enough money, it'll be cool, man. Floyd Mayweather's not going to kill me. We'll put on a show. It's like a work in pro wrestling. I think that's all we're seeing here is dudes. I think that's the case with Floyd Mayweather. I think the other one, Jake Paul, well, I think he's got a real problem here with Ben Askren. It sounds like a real fight. So he finally gained traction taking shots at Askren, who retired primarily because of health issues, back-to-back losses to Jorge Masvidal, Damian Maia under the UFC banner. Askren finally agreed when Triller made its offer, which he says is more money than he's ever been paid before for a fight in his career. He's never fought in a professional boxing match. He did box in the backyard in high school. Now he gets to step into the ring and get paid for it. He may not be a pro boxer. It's not like he's never trained in the discipline. It's an integral part of MMA. And he was a champion in 2 different organizations. I did this for free a whole bunch of times in high school. And now they want to pay me a whole bunch of money. I thought this was just fun. I did this for a fun time. I think combat is fun. That's what he told TMZ Sports. Why wouldn't I do this again if I'm getting paid a whole bunch of money? I mean, I thought about it that way. The answer to me was obvious. Askren doesn't understand why people think Jake Paul's a good boxer. I don't know why people actually think he's good. I don't think they do. I think maybe some fanboys do because they don't understand what the difference between a professional athlete is and you know, and a YouTuber. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Um, he said, I watched the Nate Robinson fight. I thought, holy shit, these guys are bad. They're really bad, Askren said. That's what everybody thought, Ben. So I really don't see why people think he's good at boxing. By the way, why is it boxing? How come it isn't MMA? That would be a lot more interesting to me. And also, it would be better for these guys. If Jake Paul and Logan Paul did MMA, they're going to get taken down and submitted and they won't get hurt. They don't have to take all the shots to the head that Ben Askren's about to deliver. He's a YouTube star who decided he wants to do a few boxing matches. He's not a boxer. Exactly. This is fantasy boxing camp for him. When they step in the boxing ring on April 17th, Askren believes Paul's in for a rude awakening for thinking he can actually box. It won't be more that I hit him and he goes down, but over the course of 8 rounds, he realizes, holy shit, I'm in a real fight. I don't really like this. I'm just some spoiled rich kid. I'm just going to find an easy way out. I don't know that he's spoiled, by the way. I don't know anything about his upbringing. He's rich now, but I don't know that he grew up spoiled. I'm not sure. It's going to be like a TKO, maybe round 6, round 7, something to that effect. Really? You think it'll go that long? I'm surprised he's not saying 3 or 4 rounds. Huh. The Askren v. Paul fight take place under the Triller Fight Club banner. It'll serve as the main event, airing on pay-per-view. The location is yet to be finalized. That's it. Are you looking forward to this? What do you think about the Mayweather fight? Bottom line is, I'm sure we're all going to watch it. I know I am. Are you? Look at that. See? How are we doing here? I'm going to turn off little logo. Turn off little Zach. Turn off big desktop. Nate Robinson's a good NBA basketball player. Should have stayed with what he's good at. I hear you. God sent you to stop their madness. Yeah. I don't know why I can't get that stupid Discord app. Let's see. I've got a link here. It seems like for some reason when I use the forwarding link, it doesn't work. But again, why am I getting caught up in this? What else do we have on Dick? Okay, here we go. This is fun. Now, I know I had a thought when I chose to do this article. I wonder if I'll remember that thought. Let me finish my late night coffee. By the way, I took a fucking absolute beating on PI. Tomorrow is going to be, I've been very depressed. And I've decided that tomorrow is the day that I'm going to wake up early, no matter how tired I am. And I'm going to start my day. And I I've got a whole host of things that I'm going to do. I've got to dust myself off and just make myself do it. And today was a good example. I fucked up on PI, and if I had just woken up, I slept through all my bets today, and I knew I was gonna sleep through them. It was fucking stupid. Um, I was a little. I think it was a little self-destructive, but luckily I haven't lost a lot of money on PI. But I will, from this point forward, I'm gonna be careful with the moves I make. So, pack another bowl. I got a good story for us. And by the way, if you want to build a beautiful modern website and have it up in less than a couple of hours, I'm telling you, I cannot recommend anything. My highest recommendation goes to Thrive Themes. You can go to zachwaldman.com/thrive. Hopefully that fucking link works. I'm going to check it right now, just out of curiosity. So I'm wondering if there's a problem with my link forwarding thing. Let's see here. Okay, that's working. All right. Um, I just don't know why. Let's see. It's so weird. All right, whatever. Um, what was I babbling about? Packing a bowl. Blah diddy blah, blah diddy blah. Getting my ass kicked on PI. Oh, Thrive Themes. Yeah, it really is. What's great about Thrive is it's really not how much traffic you get to your website. It's how many of the people, I mean, that's important, but if you're getting a ton of traffic, but you're not converting any of that traffic into leads, what good is it? You know, would you rather get 100? What's more important, conversions and or traffic? To me, conversions are more important because there's a million ways to add traffic. You could just buy it through Facebook ads or Google pay-per-click ads or all kinds of. There's a million ways you could just buy traffic for your product or service. But you got to know how much each visitor is worth, and you increase the value of the visitors to your website by converting more of them into leads and then more of them into customers. So, what I love about Thrive is I've been with them for years. It's it's now called Thrive Suite. And what it really is, it's a whole suite of products that work on top of WordPress, and they're designed to be incredibly customizable, but they give you a whole bunch of building blocks, templates, and shit so that you could be ready to go immediately, even if you're not a designer. But what and they have incredible videos that give you step by step instructions on, like, okay, do this, and you don't even need them. I mean, I was just showing, I was helping Miss B out with her website, and there's a setup wizard that's basically like, all right, put your logo here. It should be these dimensions. So you go into Photoshop and or Canva or whatever, you whip up something in those dimensions, you upload it. Next step, what color scheme do you want? You could always change it. What do you want your text to look like? And it's just boom, boom, and it's fucking awesome. And the whole thing is conversion focused. I can't recommend them enough. ZachWaldman.com/thrive, and you could try it out for free. I think it's for 14 days, something like that, but you'll know when you go there. And I got a bowl packed. Hope you got a bowl as well. Let me a little water here. We'll do a story. Hope you're having fun. Is today Tuesday? That's why there's fucking nobody here. Tuesdays always suck. I mean, I'm happy you guys are here. Let me check this. But I just know on Hello, hello, hello. Sounds pretty good, right? Is it warm enough? It's got enough of that warm tone. I think I've got a better microphone placement than I was using before. Much happier with it. My voice is rough. Like the Who song. Voice still rough of cigarettes. Well, let's do it up. Here we go, buttercups. Me, no Lizzie tonight, huh? And I started earlier. Jordan hasn't been around lately. Maybe he's depressed too. I was depressed. Everybody's depressed. Maybe Jordan got a fucking blast of depression his way. I'm telling you, everybody's a little fucked up right now. Or a lot of people, I should say. A lot of people I know. Maybe it's because of the weather. It's been cold, raining, snowing in California and places it doesn't normally snow. People are fucking sick of being locked down. I don't know. People are just at the end of their ropes. I don't know. But I never use this button. It is a fun one. The reason I don't use it, there's a couple of reasons. I like the GIF, but I never call anybody snowflakes because that's so cliche, right? That's like calling somebody a cuck. Only time I use the word cuck is when I'm typing it into a search engine to watch videos. But I would never call you're a cuck, unless the person literally, I mean, unless there's something about them that is very cuck like. But so I don't call people snowflakes. Also, who would I be using for? People in the chat room are pretty cool. I haven't had any trolls in here. Even Dub Style, who's like the number one troll, even he's been really cool. All right, I guess we'll do the story. From NBC News, Ohio lawmaker. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I forgot little Zach and little logo. From NBC News. Ohio lawmaker who asked racist question to head health panel. This is written by Corky. Hey, Corky. I remember you from Life Goes On. Simasco. I used to, do you know, I'm not sure if he's still alive. I should know this, but Chris, what was Chris's last name? I actually was friendly with him. He lived near me in New York City when I lived there. And I used to run into him at the video store all the time. We went to the same video store to rent VHS tapes. And he was a super great guy. And for some reason, I feel somebody let me know if the Chris, his last name's escaping me. If he's still alive, the one that played Corky on Life Goes On. This is written by Corky Simasco. His last name looks like matzah, like Mexican matzah. Corky C. El Matzah. I am a Mexican Jew. Andale, andale, matzo ball. An Ohio lawmaker who caused an uproar Arr. Last year when he asked whether the colored population, right there's a problem, right, was more susceptible to the coronavirus, the Rona, if you will, because they do not wash their hands as well as other groups, has been chosen to lead the state Senate's health panel. Well, that's funny on a couple of levels. Colored population, obviously hilarious. People, of course, are going to call him racist for saying that, or out of touch, or old timey, if you will. Then he makes this generalization that they do not wash their hands as well as other groups. And people, of course, on, are outraged. How could you make a generalization like that? But those same people have no problem with the generalization that coronavirus is affecting black communities more than white communities. And Emil, I forget his last name, was on Real Time with Bill Maher this past Friday. Love this guy, black dude. I don't know anything about him other than how he explained how that's a lie, that it's an economic issue, perhaps, but the way it's painted is that like the virus is somehow deadlier for black people because they're black. And I'd rather you listen to his complete conversation on Real Time with Bill Maher. You do that. But my point is, how about we stop with these generalizations altogether? How about we stop saying that they don't wash their hands as well as other groups? And let's also stop saying that for some reason the coronavirus is worse for them than it is for white people. Therefore, they should get priority in terms of getting vaccinated because of the color of their skin. How about we don't do that? How about we don't say that they have better rhythm and dance better? In other words, let's just stop with the generalizations. Let's just start judging people as individuals and going, this individual right here, regardless of skin color, is poor and for many reasons is really susceptible of getting COVID because maybe he or she is forced to work, can't stay home, is forced to work and is more likely to get COVID and maybe has some pre-existing conditions. Let's prioritize this person for those reasons, not because he or she is, a she or gay or black or Hispanic or whatever, just because that person is really high at risk and needs help. I have no problem with that. Just don't do it on the basis of the skin color. That's all I'm saying. But so I'm not defending what this fucking retard said. State Senator Stephen Huffman. I wonder if he likes nitrous. Stephen likes to huff nitrous Huffman. Republican was fired from his job as an emergency room doctor amid the uproar over his remarks last June. He was picked for the post by his cousin, Senate President Matt, also likes to huff nitrous Huffman. Stephen Huffman has a long record, thank God it says record, of providing health care to minority neighborhoods and has joined multiple mission trips at his own expense to treat those from disadvantaged countries. John Fortney, spokesman for the Senate president, said after the appointment was announced last week, he apologized months ago for asking a clumsy and awkwardly worded question. Sincere apologies deserve sincere forgiveness and not the perpetual politically weaponized judgment of the cancel culture, Fortney said. Tony Bishop, director of the Ohio Legislative Black Caucus, said the caucus wasn't happy with the appointment, but we're willing to give Huffman a chance. Can't we all just give peace a chance? Although the senator's comments were deeply offensive, we hope that he's learned from his mistake and moves to the right. Systemic wrongs that are being perpetrated in the state of Ohio, Bishop said in a statement. Huffman, who is from Tip City, it's not Jewish because if it was, the second P would have been cut off. asked the question during a hearing. What's that? I said a hearing on whether to declare racism a public health crisis in Ohio. That's retarded. And as hundreds of people were outside the State House in Columbus protesting the police killing in Minneapolis, George probably never listened to Pink Floyd. Angela Dawson's Creek, who's black and heads the Ohio Commission on Minority Health, was on the receiving end of Huffman's question. I understand African Americans have a higher incidence of chronic conditions and that makes them more susceptible to death from COVID, Huffman said. But why does it not make them more susceptible to just get COVID? Could it just be that African Americans or the colored population? By the way, reading this entire quote is different than the way this was presented at the beginning of the article. So if you don't read the whole article, you get a different picture than if you read the whole thing. And who's reading this? I mean, I'm a middle-aged man on YouTube who's been failing at it for 10 months and has two people watching him on a Tuesday night. And those two people are the only thing keeping him from trying to do pull-ups with his throat around the pull-up bar in his hallway. But why does it not make them more susceptible to? Okay, could it just be that African Americans or the colored population do not wash their hands as well as? I feel like this guy must speak like he's from the South. I've never heard him. Could it just be? Could it just be that the African Americans or the colored population do not wash their hands as well as other groups, wear a mask, do not socially distance themselves, bunch of all kind of piling up. What do they call it? There's a name for that, right? When they all pile up there. I won't say the name. I don't want to offend anybody. Could that explanation could that be the explanation for the higher incidence? Dawson's Creek dismissed Huffman's question. That's not the opinion of leading medical experts in this country, Dawson said, adding later, "What you talk about, Willis?" We should watch more different strokes on this channel. Dawson said, adding later, "Do all populations need to wash their hands?" Absolutely, sir. That is not where you are going to find the variance and the rationale for why these populations are more vulnerable. It's because they probably don't have, but you're saying black. Why don't we just talk about poor people instead of black people? That's my point. How about anybody who's disadvantaged regardless of skin color? That's all I'm getting at. I wish somebody would run as the candidate for individualism. I wish there was a candidate that said, my platform is individualism. You won't hear about me hiring somebody because they're the first anything that not black or gay or Latino or whatever the hell it is, Jew. Instead, what you're going to hear from pretend this was a president who gets elected and he's run under the idea of individualism. He's like, what you're going to hear is, I have found the most passionate, hardworking person with the greatest track record in the industry who knows this cause inside and out and will do what is in absolutely the best interest for the department she has been appointed to chair. That's what I would love to hear. Instead of, I just appointed the most diverse cabinet, which it's not diversity. If you get a bunch of people that look different but all think the same way, that's not diversity. So please, instead of telling me how you appointed the first giraffe to be Secretary of the Treasury, instead tell me how you found for the first time in decades that anybody can remember the most qualified, hardest working, most dedicated, passionate, kindest, honest person to do the job. That'd be cool. All right. How am I doing tonight? I feel like it's a good show. I feel like I should have a bigger audience. I'm a little bitter about there only being two of you. And I appreciate the two that are here, like I said. It just pisses me off. I I'm not even having technical problems. And I know it says there's 4 people, but 2 of those are me. So there's 2 people. Although sometimes that thing seems to be off. I don't know why. So maybe there are more than 2 people. I don't know. Whatever. The fuck ever. What else do we have? Let's go fuck around. We'll do a double check on Yahoo before we go on Twitter. China's effort to roll out vaccine backfired. Oh boy. All right. Do we care about this? I finally installed a fucking plug-in to get around these goddamn paywalls. Ha ha, cocksuckers. Do we care about this story? It's up to you. I wish I could press a button for little Zach. I can press a button for little logo. But from the New York Times, from the Jew York Times, China wanted to show off from the New Woke Times. That's a good one. The New Woke Times. Let's start it that way. From the New Woke Times. China wanted to show off its vaccines. It's backfiring. Just like they wanted to show off their handiwork in the lab. I can't believe that's still up for debate. I thought that was settled a long time ago that this thing escaped from a lab in Wuhan and not from the wet market. By the way, let's bring back wet t-shirt contest. What happened to that? Sui Li Wee wrote this article. That is a fun name. Sui Li Wee. Sui Li 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 Wee 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 Wee. Sui Li Wee 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 Wee. Sui Li Wee. Sui Li Wee. I'm not Sui Li Wee. I'm never gonna remember that throughout the rest. Sui Li Li. Sui Li Wee. Sui Li Wee. Li Wee. Sui Li Wee. China's coronavirus vaccines were supposed to deliver a geopolitical win that showcased the country's scientific prowess, generosity. Instead, in some places, they've set off a backlash. Ah, the road to hell. Officials in Brazil and Turkey have complained that Chinese companies have been slow to ship the doses and ingredients. Disclosures about the Chinese vaccines have been slow and spotty. I've dated women like that. The few announcements that have trickled out, I've done that too, suggest that China's vaccines, while usually I've trickled out after I've been with slow, spotty women. I needed to get some other kind of vaccine afterwards. The few announcements that have, they're considered effective. These vaccines, they can't stop while considered effective, cannot stop the virus as well as those developed by Pfizer and Madonna, the American drug makers. In the Philippines, you can get yourself a pretty good looking wife, even if you're a loser, according to this one guy I saw on YouTube. He moved there when he thought about killing himself. He was like 65. He had been really successful, had a lot of money, lost it all. He tells this whole story on YouTube. It's pretty amazing. You can look him up. Anyway, he was ready to kill himself. He figured, I've had a good run. Somehow he ends up in the Philippines, realizes that, even if you're a loser there, if you go there and you're a tall white American, you can get a hot wife. And now he's happier than he's ever been. Go check him out on YouTube. It's a fun video. It gives you hope if you're thinking about killing yourself and you're 65 and you're a white dude from America. Go to the Philippines. Anyway, some lawmakers have criticized the government's decision to buy a vaccine made by a Chinese company, Sinovac. Man, even the name sounds dangerous. Officials in Malaysia and Singapore, which, I mean, although you would think they invented the virus, they should be good at figuring out the vaccine for it. They both ordered doses from Sinovac and have had to reassure their citizens they would approve a vaccine only if it had been proved safe and effective. Right now, I would not take any Chinese vaccine because there's insufficient data, said Bilahari Kosikin. Oh man, I trust Bilahari. That's somebody that's definitely studied in school, Bilahari Kosikin. And I bet he or she could kick my ass at chess. An influential former official at Singapore's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He added that he would, it turns out it's a he, would consider it only with a proper report. At least 24 countries, most of them low and middle income, signed deals with the Chinese vaccine companies because they offered access when richer nations claimed most of the doses made by Pfizer and Moderna. Sorry. How come? See again, um, all the rich countries like us, we're hoarding the vaccines. How come instead of saying that the coronavirus is unfairly affecting black people, why don't you say it's unfairly affecting Brazilian people? Because they're not getting the vaccines because we're hoarding it. It's not again because it's not because they're Brazilian, just like it's not because these people are black. I don't know. There's disparities in the world. What can I tell you? It sucks. We have the richest country in the history of the world, yet for some reason we can't just share the wealth and stop feeding the military industrial complex and building prisons. I don't know. We prefer to lock each other up. It's like in the movie Harold and Maude. Oh, how the how people love a cage, something like that, or how the world loves a cage. Great movie, Harold and Maude. One of my favorites. Anyway, delays in getting the Chinese vaccines. By the way, one of the delays in the Chinese vaccines, if you hadn't heard, was the people in the lab got their fingers stuck in one of those puzzles. They're like, oh, how I make vaccine? Fingers stuck in ancient puzzle. It's like, oh, it's the easiest puzzle in the world. Somebody, how is he in charge of making the vaccines and he can't get out of the Chinese finger puzzle? And it's all pixelated, just like how they pixelate their porn. The Chinese finger puzzle is pixelated. Somehow, the ancient puzzle went viral across labs in China, and young scientists who grew up on the internet and never received a goodie bag as a child at a birthday party had never seen the puzzle before, and one by one fell victim. We're trying, we're begging them, please stop. If you get the puzzle, don't try it. And if you can't figure it out, ask somebody who grew up like before the 90s and they'll help you out. Oh, vaccine impossible to make. Anyway, I'm going to just keep doing that because it's fun. Oh, please pixelate face and penetration. All right. Delays in getting the vaccine, less effective. Think those countries may take longer to vanquish the virus. That's fun. Vanquish the virus. That's a fun turn of phrase. Let us vanquish the virus. Beijing officials who hoped the vaccine would burnish China's global reputation are now on the defensive. State media started a misinformation campaign against the American vaccines, questioning the safety of the Pfizer and penetrating Madonna and getting a shot from her. Hey, if it kills whatever Madonna's got, it's good enough for you and your COVID. Promoting the Chinese vaccines is a better alternative. It's also distributed online videos that have been shared by the anti-vax movement in the United States. Lu Zin, an anchor with CGTN, the state broadcaster, who had a gun to his head, as he reported, asked on Twitter why the foreign media failed to follow up on the deaths of people in Germany who had taken one vaccine. Those scientists have said the people were already seriously ill. Liu's tweet was shared by Zhao Lijian. Wasn't that Zhao Lijian? I think that's made symbols for drum sets. Isn't that's what that reminds me of? A top spokesman at China's foreign ministry, George Gao, head of the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention, questioned the safety of the American vaccines because their developers used new techniques rather than the traditional method embraced by Chinese makers. Oh, you see how they use building over there? They use computer. We use abacus in communist China. Abacus traditional. We make no mistakes with abacus. How you trust company who develops how you trust country whose companies develop vaccine when the building department no use abacus? No trust America. Uh China, yes, so they're using some old shit. They're like, oh, in America, they don't even bless vaccines with witch doctor. Down with America. China hoped its vaccines would prove it had become a scientific and diplomatic powerhouse. Yeah, we'll do something about the size of your women's titties, China. Priorities, gentlemen, priorities. Fix the titty problem, the plague of flat-chested women that you have, and this cultural norm of having a muff. Fix those two things, then worry about the virus. China apparently doesn't know what's important. It remains on par with the U.S. So now they're playing golf. And the number of vaccines approved for emergency use or in late stage trials. Sinopharm. They're coming to take me away, they are. They're coming to take me away, ha ha, hee hee, hoo hoo, ha ha. To Sinopharm, a state-owned vaccine maker, ha ha ha. And Sinovac have said they can produce up to a combined 2 billion doses this year, making them essential to the global fight against the coronavirus. By the way, you can purchase some of those doses through Oriental Trading Company online or through Alibaba. You could do some drop shipping. You can get the Chinese corona vaccine. If you're not familiar, by the way, that's a very inside joke for magicians. Oriental Trading is like this wholesale website for party supplies. Unlike the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, their doses can be kept at refrigerated temperatures and more easily transported, making them appealing to the developing world. They've been doled out as aid to countries like Pakistan. How did Obama used to say it? Pakistan. And the Philippines, where old white guys from America can still get poontang pie even if they're suicidal. I mentioned that earlier, but I can't help but I need to implore you, if you're suicidal, check that guy's video out. It'll keep you from killing yourself. Chinese campaign has been plagued with, for me, by the way, what keeps me going, I still haven't seen the sequel to Top Gun titled Maverick. China's campaign has been plagued with doubts. However, many people have memories of the country's vaccine scandals. Several governments remain angry about Beijing's lack of openness about the virus in the early days of the pandemic. Its efforts at the start of last year to distribute masks and protective equipment to the West came under fire amid reports of shoddy quality, demands of Chinese officials for public thanks. A YouGov survey this month of roughly 19,000 people in 17 countries and regions showed that most were distrustful of the Rona vaccine made in China. Oh, why you not trust us? We know what we do wrong. We make good cars. Or is that Japan? That's Japan. Why you mix me up with Japanese? You racist. I'm not racist. I just forgot who made the good cars. It's Japanese. Shut up. I heard this same voice you do for Tony Shea or Show or Tony Two Shoes, whatever. It's not funny. People don't like that voice. Some people like it. It's offensive. Shut up, pussy. The misinformation surrounding Western vaccines could further undermine its image. Delays in shipments to places like Brazil and Turkey have been the latest hitch. In Cluck Cluck, Turkey, the government initially promised the 10 million doses of the Sinovac vaccine would arrive in December. Only 3 million did, suckers, in early January. Womp womp. Brazil fucked again. Even though they've given the world incredible looking women, nice asses, and of course jujitsu, they still get shat upon. Just like Russia, who gave tens of millions of young lives to save the free world in World War II, but they never get enough credit for it. Anywho, this was all according to Feridun Koka, Turkey's health minister. He did not explain the reason for the shortfall, been criticized by opposition politicians. Remaining doses finally arrived Monday, according to Anadolu, Turkey state-run news agency. In a statement, China's foreign ministry cited its needs at home, where the coronavirus has reemerged. Oh, currently, China's domestic vaccine demand is huge, unlike their cocks. Well, and their women's titties and their women's asses, but very much like the size of their women's muffs. Huge. Everything that's huge in China is bad, except for the dragons in the streets with the fireworks displays. Those are pretty awesome and big. And their buildings. Oh, yes, very big buildings. And Bruce Lee, my hero, of course, the greatest thing ever that came out of China. While meeting, but he wasn't made in China. He made in Seattle. Bitches, made in the USA, motherfuckers. We got that, Bruce Lee. While meeting domestic demand, we're overcoming difficulties. Thinking and trying ways to develop international vaccine cooperation with other countries, especially developing countries in different ways, and providing support and assistance according to their needs and within our capacity. Boring. The sporadic outbreaks could also hinder production. Sinovac, which declined to comment, Sinovac, said Friday online that it was looking for workers for a Beijing area facility where an outbreak had frightened off potential employees. Countries like Turkey and Brazil are rolling out their immunization programs with a Sinovac vaccine because Western companies cannot deliver as quickly. While we are failing at everything. US motherfucking A, US motherfucking A. Brazil's efforts have been delayed as well. Okay, we make other shit. What do we make? We're able to put up condos at a rapid pace. Put the, I don't know. I've always said if the U.S. can't manufacture and distribute the vaccine, put it in the hands of the cartels and the Crips and Bloods. They'll work this shit out. Let my pal El Chapo, let him out of prison and put him in charge of manufacture and distribution of the Rona vaccine. We'll get that shit out there over fucking night, bitches. You won't even have to pay for shipping. He'll smuggle it in people's anuses. Brazil's efforts have been delayed as well. Eduardo Pizuelo, country's health minister, said China was not acting fast enough with the documents needed to export raw materials to Brazil. We're making strong moves at the diplomatic level. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Wednesday, Rodrigo Maia, Brazil Speaker of the House, met some Chinese motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. No political obstacle, technical process, delayed a little, blah, blah, blah. Little like their cocks. Other vaccines are beginning to fill the gap. Brazil's health ministry, blah, blah, blah. AstraZeneca. Hey, maybe AstraZeneca can help. India, blah, blah, blah. World's also caught off guard by the disclosure of Sinovac may not be as effective. January 12th, scientists, 50%, blah, blah, blah. Jared Bolsonaro, blah, blah, blah. Spotty inconsistent, blah, blah, blah. Hong Kong, blah, blah, blah. This article goes for fucking ever. Get the idea is you don't want, when you get your vaccine from China, you don't get a check. When you get your vaccine, make sure it doesn't say made in China. That's the moral of the story. Holy fuck. I mean, I could always just leave picture in picture on. I am fucking goddamn adorable after all. Hello, Jay. One China vaccine was like 57% effective against the Rona trials for Brazil. You're exactly right. Someone got mad at you last night for saying it came from a lab. Where the fuck do they think it came from? I'm not saying it was on purpose, but it came out of a lab. I didn't even think that was up for debate. I can't believe that. We are number one in failure. Well, when California became like the leading place in deaths at one point, I tweeted that out. I was like, hell yeah, California number one. West Side, bitches. Hit that thumbs up button for me. I think the show's going to be a lot better now that I'm using that fucking paywall blocker plugin. I didn't want to install another plugin, but I'm glad I did. Otherwise, we couldn't even have done that fucking story. This is a story of a lovely podcast. Okay, what do we got here? Kurt Schilling to Hall of Fame, take me off the ballot. Meghan McCain is explaining something. I don't care. Only 5 GOP senators back Trump impeachment trial. Oh my God, I got my ass so kicked on PI over so many things. And one of them was that goddamn Mitch McConnell fucked me hard. Oh my God, Mitch McConnell. I should just never do anything involving Mitch McConnell because I get fucked. Oh, did I get fucked? All but 5 Republicans voted in favor of an effort to dismiss Trump's second impeachment trial. The Republicans didn't succeed in ending the trial before it began, but it made clear that Trump has enormous sway over the party. I just didn't, man, I should have listened to the people on PI. Oh, I'll tell you all about what happened. Let's see who it was. I want to know who it was. Leahy was taken to a hospital for some fucking reason. It's going to start on February 8th. So this fucking Rob Portman hasn't decided. Let's see. Who else? James Langford thinks most Republicans require the support of all Democrats, 17 Republicans. It's not going to happen. Even Biden said they were not going to get enough Republicans to do this. Okay, here we are. Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney. I knew all of these. Ben Sass and Pat Toomey. Mitch McConnell, who fucked me in the ass, said he was open to conviction, voted with Paul to move toward dismissing the trial. Unfucking believable, this cocksucker. Democrats rejected the argument that the trial is illegitimate or unconstitutional because Trump is no longer in office. pointing to an 1876 impeachment of a Secretary of War who already resigned, and to the opinions of many legal scholars. So that a reckoning of the first invasion of the capital since the War of 1812 perpetrated by rioters egged on by a president as electoral college votes were being tallied is necessary. Makes no sense whatsoever that a president or any official could commit a heinous crime against our country, then defeat Congress's impeachment powers and avoid a vote on disqualification by simply resigning or by waiting to commit that office into their last few weeks in office. I agree with all of that. Before the vote, senators officially opened the trial by taking oaths to ensure impartial justice as jurors. 9 House Democrats prosecuting the case against Trump carried the sole impeachment charge across the Capitol on Monday evening in a solemn and ceremonial march along the same halls the rioters ransacked. We showed that video here last night, I think. Oh boy! So, all right, I'll show you my my predicted nightmare. I'm out of almost everything now. I needed to reset. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just reset. And what do we got here? All right, so I'm still in a couple of things here. Let me make this bigger. That's what she said. Where do we start? All right. Let's start here. Will there be enough signatures by March 17th? I switched my bet on this. I ended up taking the yes side. I'm up $2.20. I have been on both sides of this bet. And I've just seemed to always be on the wrong side, except for this time. I just kept on reading different things and switching my opinion. And I just kept on getting my ass kicked. I cannot tell you at this exact moment what my what it was that turned it for me. I guess it was two things. One, man, holding on to some of these things, unless you really know what you're talking about, holding on to any one of these positions without looking at it, paying attention to it. I mean, I guess if you really are making a long-term decision, buying shares, and you're going to wait for the market to settle, I guess there's people like that, but most of the people I'm dealing with, they're not doing that. They're more like day traders, and they're flipping it, and they're seeing which way the market is going based on things that are happening in the news. So, for one thing, one mistake, and again, I should put this on my blog, but I'll just say it to you, is I was in too many markets. I should have picked one market and become an expert in that one market. Instead, I was all over the place. So I started getting my ass kicked all over the place. And this was one of them. Now, I mean, Jesus Christ, you could look at my trading history on this. Check it out. You could see I will go back to where it started. I started with 71 shares of no at 55 cents and sold them for a loss. It was actually more than that. I guess I bought all of these at different times. Yeah, I did. So what happened was I paid 55 cents, and I really believed in the no side of the bet. So it went to 44 cents, and I purchased a bunch more, 15 shares and then 56 more shares. I don't know how much 71, 15, 56 is, but let's see, 12, 2, the other one, 6, 7. I don't know. 150. It doesn't fucking matter. 151 or something like that. Anyway, So I was all in on the no, and it went all the way down to 44 cents. And I was like, I can't take it. It's just getting worse and worse. And then I think I read something. I think there was something I read that made me stay in the market. But then as it plummeted, it's like, I think people are smarter than me at this. I'm getting the fuck out, and I'm going to take the yes side. And no counting, using your fingers. That's right. I'm horribly bad at math. So I said, fuck it. I got out and I just switched to the other side and took the yes. And so this was a goddamn disaster. And I forget what it was I saw on the yes side, but part of it was the direction the market was going. So at least I got a little something back here. And I could end up, not being horrible there. So that's cool. Then let's take a look at uh, this. This I know nothing about. Well, I guess I should. Okay, let me see. Let me explain. Okay. Notice you don't see Mitch McConnell here anymore. Let's see where that's at now. It's probably even fucking worse. Let me go to my watch list here. So, will Mitch McConnell vote to convict on incitement by April 29th? This is where I took a beating. This is the one that I had 350 shares in yes. In the beginning of this, I had flipped it a couple times. If I went even further back and made a little bit of money, not much, a couple dollars, but then I held on to all of it and it fucking plummeted. I decided to share it when I had lost about $31.50. And last night I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold on to this. And if it gets, and maybe I'll sell it off, but fuck it. I'm gonna hold on to it a little bit longer. And I was about to sell the 350 shares, and I would have lost $31.50. But I didn't share. I didn't do it. I didn't fucking. I didn't share it off. I held on to it. Then on top of that, I had a bet. Let me find it here. On why can't I scroll here? Oh, here it is. Boom. I had how many senators will vote to confirm Anthony Blinken as Secretary of State? Now, I knew that this vote was happening, that the hearing began, or like the proceedings began at 11 a.m., so it would have been 8 a.m. my time. I should have woken up. I'm part of a Discord server where experts talk about this in real time and keep count of the yays and nays. And we almost kind of like all bet together in a way. And people share what they're doing. I had a few bets here. I had like two or three bets here. I had like I think the no on 70 or fewer, and the yes on I think 74 to 76 and 77 to 79. We can look in a second. We could figure it. I could show you for sure, but I believe that's what I had. And so instead of waking up, like I said, I've been really depressed. I went to sleep fucking at a stupid time, like 5 in the morning, and I slept. I got up at 12:30. By the time I woke up and looked at this, which was probably 1 o'clock, I noticed that I actually won this right here, 77 to 79. And you can see my payout, $47.88. I don't know why I can't see my Let me go to history here. Trades. Okay, here we go. Let's get down here to that's Mayorkas. Okay, hold on. I got to go back further down the list. McConnell. Okay, here we go. Anthony Blinken. Where does it show? Like, I just want to see where it. Well, it shows my individual payouts. So I had the no. I had just a few shares. That's all I could get. So I won almost $3 there, and I had the yes on these three. This I won 5/10 of a cent. Here I won 10 cents. Here I won 38 cents. And here I won 30.80. So whatever I said that total was, it was like I just said it. It was 47.88 is what I won in total bets there. So that was great, right? Like I woke up and it was like, well, I should have been there live. I could have actually sold some of these other ones off and maybe saved myself a little bit, right? Like this 74 to 76, I could have maybe sold all my yes shares off and gotten a little something back. But oh no, there was only one share. Never mind. I only had one share there. Some of these I think were just silly. I think it was because I had a 10 cents, so I bought a share. You know what I mean? I see what happened there. That's what happened. But the one that, but you'll notice, yeah, this was, it was a combination of these. Anyway, so that was all good news. Unfortunately, I looked at my Mitch McConnell, and as I just showed you, the fucking Mitch McConnell shares fucking plummeted. And I believe I ended up selling, let me see what I sell these for. I sold them all off. I finally got at 14 cents. So I lost $100 fucking. All I know is I woke up and grand total, I was down basically $100. And I was like, gotta be fucking kidding me. So I haven't done the math yet, but let's see here. This is 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 98, 99. So basically $100 here. So I basically have $200 total. Don't get confused with the portfolio value. I have $97 in cash here. And I've invested 99 of it. So, I didn't need to add those up. So there it is right there. I don't know why I'm always fucking this up. Anyway, I took a big hit. I'd have to look, I'd have to add up everything I've deposited so far, but I'm definitely down. Oof, more than a guy on unemployment should be. But it'll be okay if I got my blog, I got bettingpolitical.com. I got to customize it. I think tomorrow, since nobody watches me live stream during the day, but all of the action when it comes to trading happens early, I'm going to get up early and live stream. I might start by making a video talking about, like, all right, this is who I am. This is why I got into this. I'm trying to do this to bring in extra money during the coronavirus. And I'm going to chronicle my journey here on this blog, and that's the deal, right? So and I don't know, maybe I'll do, and maybe I'll just go, and then what I'll do is I'll go live and go, all right, this is what I'm trying to do. I learned this from my reading and from recommendations and blah. This is where I know I've gone wrong. And this is where I'm going to do. I've only been doing this a couple of weeks. I took a bad hit. Rule number one I learned: don't sleep through everything that's going on. You might want to stay awake and sell shit off before you lose more money than you have to. This is not a thing for you. You can't sleep through this. Anyway, so I definitely have been fucking up, but I'm going to I'm going to start chronicling that journey. Now, I am part of that private Discord server. With their help, with my studying and research, with their guidance, and maybe if I could be successful at this, then I could have a property that's worth something in terms of maybe bringing in ad revenue, or I should probably start a totally different YouTube channel for it, to be honest with you. I don't know. Um, I really don't feel like that. I feel like I feel like just shoving it on this channel and I don't know, maybe that'll be the thing that ends up being successful, you know what I mean? I don't know that I want to necessarily. I don't know. You think I have to start another channel, or do you think I could just do it on this channel and just start a playlist called, you know, betting, like betting political? It's like, for instance, the smoke and scan guy. Sometimes he does videos where he's opening up cards that he bought, like baseball cards and trading cards and shit. It's like, I'm not super into that. Sometimes I'll watch just because it's interesting to me, but I'm not into that world really. So I might not watch that, but it doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't keep me from watching him cover car chases. I want a little more ganja here. You could do it as the second part of your channel through this and just have like playlists for it. That's what I was saying. Don't you think I could just have a playlist? Do I have to create a whole other channel? I got a couple of reasons for doing it. One is that I really do want to be successful at this PI thing, so that, because man, I'm fucked, bro. You are too, Miss B. I'm probably more fucked than you, but I, I was talking to my one of my best friends from college today, and she works for a major hotel in Orlando in events, and she's like, they're talking about things that were scheduled for 20 that were pushed back originally to 21 are now being pushed back to 22 and 23 already. So, um, anyway, my point is, I want to try to get good at this. And if I can, and I can chronicle that, uh, and if this is what becomes popular, then fuck it, man. Maybe that's what it becomes. I don't know. Um, it's like I specialize in corporate events in the real world. Maybe if I get good at this, one of the things that I want to do is incorporate storytelling into my show. As a matter of fact, now that and I have not listened to a single story told on the Moth podcast. I only know about the Moth podcast from I'm reading this book called Storyworthy on how to create stories. And this guy does it professionally. He does what I do, except instead of I do corporate events doing comedy and magic. This guy gets hired for corporate events and he tells stories. And I thought, man, that would be really cool if I could offer a comedy magic show or a straight storytelling show. If I get really good at this political trading shit and maybe document some stories, then maybe that's something I could be hired as a speaker on it, like an interesting speaker for corporate events, where I like incorporate storytelling and like I stories from the trenches of gambling on politics. You know what I mean? People love, especially corporate events, they love talks on people who win at gambling. I don't know why, but they just maybe, especially it's like stocks and shit. It's kind of like a big stock market, big casino, a big stock market, big casino, you know what I mean? Um I'll be watching at a big luxury hotel in a week. I'll be working. God, I fucking need new glasses. They may have things you can do gig wise, but I think our best bet at creative is to focus on posting online content. Exactly. And so I want to try to get good at this PI thing because I really could. Even if I end up making, let's say I make $5,000 over the course of the next year on PI, uh, that's five fucking $1,000 I wasn't going to have otherwise. So I'm not expecting to get rich at it, but I'm thinking I could maybe make $5,000 at it over the course of a year if I really study this shit. So, and maybe if I get decent enough and enough reputation, I can have like a little free ebook that I give out to people. And then if people enjoy, and if I get really successful, then maybe I could offer a course on how I made $200,000 in my third year of trading on PI. And then I could charge, maybe I might make more money selling a course on how to make six figures on PI than I ever make on PI. But I'm not one of these fucking grifters like Ty Lopez and these other types that, pretend to be successful, and their whole thing that they teach you is how to teach other people how to bullshit people. So instead, I'd like to chronicle my journey. Maybe the first year I'm a $300 loser, and I go, wow, after 1 year of really trying to get good at this, I ended up losing $300, but I gained a bunch of friends, a bunch of knowledge, and I'm going to keep trying to see if I can have a winning year in 2022. And then maybe in 2022, I go from being a $300 loser to a $3,000 winner, but I'm willing to chronicle that journey. You know what I'm saying? I think people like that. If people like the honesty, they go, "Wow, this guy really chronicled his fuck ups, and he also chronicled." But I see that his wins are real. Like he's like I see it. He's not, So I got to. That's what I want to do. I'll tell you what. Being a part of this fucking private Discord server that I'm on is already enlightening as fuck. People are smart, dude. They build these amazing spreadsheets, and it's pretty cool. So, all right. So going back to where we're at here. So I'm up 220 on Newsom. Now this one, honestly, I was just banding. I was betting randomly. I don't know. I uh, I kind of want to hold on to this long shot here, 50 to 54. This is pure degenerate gambling on my part. I already offered to sell these for a penny more than I paid for them. Uh, Funny enough, I'm surprised they haven't. I don't know. Maybe there's not a lot of volume here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of. Well, no, there's a decent amount of volume. Huh. I don't know. I'm surprised those shares are sitting there for sale still because, like, this one, that's what it's selling for is 26 cents. And I'm offering it for 26 cents. So what you could do is you could see where you're at. There's 465 orders ahead of me and 225 behind me. So as those shares get bought, then I'll move up in line. So that's how it works. You go in order. And so I'm up a quarter here, but whatever. I'm just gambling there. Hey, Dub, I was complimenting you while you were gone, believe it or not. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. So, this is where I can't seem to get on the right side of this fucking thing. This is a fucking unmitigated nightmare. I should have never changed a thing here. What did I originally buy my nose at? Um, I bought it at. Yeah, let me see the. I went to D. Oh, there's how I get the detailed view. All right, so these fucking European cunts. Um, I want to see all of my. Still getting used to navigating this shit. I don't know when I first bought that. Okay, here we go. Sold Cunty off at a quarter. Is there a way to filter out this Cunty on this? I don't love. I wish I could. That's why these people make these awesome spreadsheets and shit so that I can export this and you can get more information. You see, they make it easy to export all the data, but I'm not going to go through that right now. The point is, I just am constantly. I constantly change. Pardon me. I constantly changed my bet on this, and every time I changed it, I went the wrong direction. Cunty said he was going to retire this morning, and then he announced his retirement. And then everybody in the comments section was laughing about how other people, especially Americans, don't understand how coalitions work and how he didn't really leave office. And so then the the yes on Cunty went through the roof. My no tanked. The Merkel yes went through the roof. So I bought Merkel yes, which I had wanted to do like last night. Everything I wanted to do last night, I should have done. I should have sold my goddamn Mitch McConnell shares for a loss of 31.50 and gotten the fuck out of that. And I should have bought some Merkel. And I should have woken up and not slept through the Senate confirmation hearing and the fucking crash of everything. If had I been awake, what I should have done is I should have been happy that my Merkel went up, sold it when it looked like it was starting to go down again, never touched my Cunty, and then my Cunty, I would be about where I was. Instead, I've just lost money all over the fucking place on this. I just did it all wrong. So the big, I've learned a lot, man. One thing I've learned, I mean, again, I should really do this on my, but should probably make notes of it now, but I'll just do it again for my blog. But number one, being a part of a private Discord server around experts that are really there for the friendship. I mean, I got to this place, they're like, hey man, it's all about the friendship. Your money is secondary. And these people are not there to like fuck with you. The comments section of PI, it is there to fuck with you. Um, that's a big part of what it's about is people making arguments and making different plays and sharing articles and breaking news and all kinds of stuff. The comments are, it's a huge part of the fun here. And people explained how the Italian law works here. And then you realize, wow, you shouldn't really be involved in this market at all, Zach. And that's my other point is I should have chosen one thing that I was actually interested in, one market, and just stayed on top of that full time and traded in that market, perhaps flipping it based on the direction the market was heading, getting out of it for a small loss, or maybe taking a flipping it for a couple of wins and getting out for one loss, that kind of thing. But I should have been learning by focusing on one market and only having to follow one thing in the news and only one person's tweets and only one topic. I started following every motherfucking senator, congressman, and part, every opinion writer. I was following everybody on Twitter, looking, and because I do want to get a lot of opinions. The problem wasn't that. The problem is too many topics. Got to pick one fucking, at least for now, until I get better at this. And so I've got, so I've learned my lesson. You can't, uh, you can get tricked on here thinking you're not gambling for much money, which I'm not. Thank God, I don't have much. But I could see how, if under normal circumstances, if I was working, I could totally see how I would have already probably lost a couple thousand. But that's what's good. I'm starting out slow. And but so next European leader out, I shouldn't have gotten involved in a market I don't really care about, don't know about, and just never should have had anything to do with it. And I was always winning in that market. I should have just stuck with my bet because I didn't know what I was doing. And had I done that, I would be in a fine position there. I might even be up still a little bit there. So I fucked that up completely. And and there you go. And I'm right now, the little bit of stuff I'm in, this is all luck and degenerate gambling. And I basically pulled out of I pulled out of everything to begin again. And so I'll probably be out of this stuff soon. We'll see what goes on here. Well, this happens tomorrow morning, so I'll probably get up early and participate in that. Oh, we did all kinds of news, Harold. You're late. Welcome to the show, though. Wow, I'm getting a little congestion in my chest. I hope I don't got the Rona. Fuck, that would suck. I talked to a friend of mine who's like 81, successful businessman that used to work with my dad, and he just got the Rona. Him and his wife got it a week ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Taking the zinc. I'm doing this, doing that." And I was like, "Oh fuck." I'm so paranoid of getting the Rona. But anyway, we'll finish up with PI and we'll check Twitter and see what's trending, if there's anything breaking. But the bottom line with this is, yeah, I'm licking my wounds. I'll have to add up for you how much I'm actually down. I'm going to do that before I do the first blog post, which will be a video probably on bettingpolitical.com, which is not even, it's there, but everything is, there's nothing, I haven't added any content yet. I still have to customize it, add a logo and all that shit. I'm going to keep it real basic. It'll be up soon. And yeah, I think he's going to be fine. I know Larry King died from in his 80s from Rona, but my friend seemed like he was fine. We were having he's given me amazing advice over the years. And I always felt bad because one time we were eating together in Vegas and he made a joke about Obama, and I loved Obama, and I lashed out at him and attacked him. And then he ended up apologizing to me for offending me. And then I felt bad about it. And then I felt worse when I realized how horrible Obama was. And I was like, fuck. And so, but I told him eventually, I was like, hey, man, just so you know, you were right about Obama. I was wrong. Obama was garbage. I shouldn't have lashed out at you. But anyway, he's given me great advice over the years, and I just wonder. It's like he got Rona. Oh man, it's like I don't know. I hope I don't get the Rona. So yeah, the point is, I'm gonna lick my wounds. Um, I'm gonna lick my wounds. I am 36% of the way to level 5. That's exciting. I will take all the money I have and Probably, I'll probably be gambling in this tomorrow, along with my friends on the Discord server. Got to see what time this is tomorrow. And this, I don't know what I'm doing here. I should maybe just sell out of this for my $2.20 back and get out of the market. Maybe. This, I don't fucking know what to do with this. I'm always wrong with it. I'm on the complete. You can see I'm down on both. I'm down on anybody but Cunty, and I'm down on Merkel being first. I just, oh my god, I'm just getting my ass kicked. I don't know what. Maybe I just take. This might be another example where I just go fuck it. Let's take the $6.50. But now this isn't gonna. My position here, I don't think is gonna tank overnight like my McConnell did. So I think I'm gonna stick with this for a bit. This is a different thing. I think I don't know, but I could get out of it and get $50 back. But it's a fucking disaster. Obama had a lot of flaws. Too bad too, because I really loved him at first. You know, he increased the drone strikes, signed off on torture for a Chelsea handler. I mean Chelsea Manning. That's who I'm talking about. In case you don't know, I'm kidding. The way Snowden and Assange have been treated by him and his administration, the way he kicked 5.1 million, not people, but 5.1 million families out of their homes and bailed out banks. They were too big to fail, so instead of letting them self destruct and having small neighborhood banks again that are responsible with the money that you loan them, let's bail them out and repeat the cycle. I love that Biden is putting everything back the way it used to be, like the way it used to be was a good thing. What a fucking joke. How many times since I've been doing this cast have I thought I had the Rona, by the way? How many times have I thought I was having a heart attack or the Rona? I just realized that there's so many times where I've been like, oh shit, guys, I just got a weird thing with my heart. I hope I don't have a. I start looking for my phone so I can call 911. I'm like, you know, it works now. That was on Discord on my phone. I don't know. But I got to be careful what I say around my phone. I don't want it to accidentally dial fucking 911. Um, it's like it accidentally dials the emergency line. I don't notice that I'm doing my podcast. You in high Rona infection zone? Yeah. Yeah, I sure am. I'm also high in high zone. This one's for Harold. If you're gonna bird one with me, Harold, this is probably the last bowl I'm gonna smoke. All right, we'll get out of the PI talk. And I've got four. Yeah, I think it's good, Miss B. Like they're not short like I'd like them, but like I have four potential. I did four stories, and that's four videos I can edit out and upload tomorrow. And what I'm figuring out is, man, you never know what's gonna hit. So if I upload all four, one might get 6,000 views, or they all might get 100 views. You never fucking know. Three of them might get 50 views, and one gets 3,000 views. You just fucking don't know. So I just feel like the four stories I did, I feel like I was quite amusing at times, but they were really long. I don't know. All right, let's find some shit to talk about. Um, Goya board silences CEO for baseless election claims. Goya, forgot about them. I feel like I've seen this before. Is this new? Woman exposes man for rude behavior during date after spotting the reflection in his glasses. Who raised him? This is written by Kelsey Weekman. Weekman and Waldman. You and I should definitely love each other, Kelsey. Hi, Weekman, Waldman. The Weekman and Waldmans are here. Yes, she's the weak one. I'm the wild one. A woman seems to have caught her so called date swiping through a dating app after noticing the reflection in his glasses. All right, so I don't know. It sounds like bullshit. I wish I was kidding. All right, should we watch? Stay with me and love me through the night. I think I saw this. All right, count me as not giving a fuck. Before you get too upset, a new development has people thinking the whole thing was faked. That was pretty much the first thing I thought. Stay with me and love me. This fucking music has got to stop. I'm gonna fucking... Jesus Christ. All right, I missed why it's fake because I fucking hate TikTok. It'll be explained here. Man in the video posted his own TikTok. Shows the same woman swiping on a dating app, as viewers can see from the reflection in her glasses. Seemingly the same pair. At the end of the video, they both leaned in and said nothing is real to the camera. It has far fewer likes, a mere 7,000 as opposed to the original 100,000. Oh boy. It's a world of silliness, my friends. Dominion suing everyone. Yeah, they have to. If they don't, the whole their company, their devices revolve around security and working. So when they're defamed like that by Giuliani, I think they've got a good case. Giuliani's such a piece of garbage. Yeah, they told Giuliani and others to stop before they sued him. He doubled down after they warned him. Yeah. No one elected to Baseball Hall of Fame? Wait. No one was voted into Baseball Hall of Fame this year. Hey, I'm no one. This is written by Mike Oz. For the first time since 13, Baseball's Hall of Fame voters elected no one. Kurt Schilling, rather, just short. Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, nope. Torrey Hunter, Mark Burrell, not even close, 75% of the vote. From the Baseball Writers Association of America, that's a thing, is needed to get into Coopertown. Schilling was the closest, 71.1%, so 16 votes shy. Clemens, 61.6, Bonds, 61.8 were next. All three of them now head to the ballot next year for their 10th and final year. This is so silly. This happened in 1996 when Phil Niekro and Tony Perez were the top vote getters. Schilling asks to be removed from ballot. Sear was largely believed to be Schilling or nothing as he entered as the top vote getter left from last year. The class of first-year eligibles weren't particularly impressive. And even Schilling was viewed as a long shot to actually reach 75%. Bonds and Clemens, controversial because of the steroids. Schilling because of his political beliefs. Hall of Fame is full of Republicans, but he's gone to the extreme right, shared transphobic and racist memes, got him fired from ESPN. promoted white supremacists on his podcast. Wonder if this is true. Do you think this is true? Most recently endorsed on Twitter the January 6th insurrection efforts. Did he? Let's see if he did. I want to see if he did. I don't think he should get into the Hall of Fame because he played for the Red Sox. That's my problem with him. I don't think anybody from the Red Sox should ever be allowed in the Hall of Fame. It just should be a rule. If you played for the Red Sox at any point, no Hall of Fame for you. Except for Babe Ruth. He owned a video game company. Where's the tweet in question? Let's see. You cowards sat on your hands, did nothing while liberal trash looted, rioted, and burned for Air Jordans and big screens. Okay, so far, nothing wrong there. Schilling tweeted in part, oh, that's just part of it. Sit back, shut up, watch folks start a confrontation for shit that matters like rights, democracy, and the end of government corruption. It's happening. Okay, that does sound supportive. I was just curious how supportive it was. That does sound supportive, I got to be honest. After he learned this year's results, he was like, you know what? I will not participate in the final year of voting. I'm requesting to be removed from the ballot. I'll defer to the Veterans Committee and men whose opinions actually matter, who are in position to actually judge a player. I don't think I'm a Hall of Famer, as I've often stated, but if former players think I am, then I'll accept that with honor. He criticized Bonds and Clemens, saying he's never committed the crime. I've certainly been exposed to racism and sexism and homophobia, as it's part of who human beings are. I've played with and talked with gay teammates. I've played with wife beaters, adulterers, assaulted drug addicts, and alcoholics. I've never hit a woman, driven drunk, done drugs, PEDs or otherwise, assaulted anyone, or committed any sort of crime. But I'm somehow in a conversation with two men who cheated, and instead of being accountable, they chose to destroy others' lives to protect their lie. I'll always have one thing they'll forever chase, a legacy, whatever mine is as a player. It'll be the truth and one I learned, for better or worse. Wow. So there you have it. Craziness, my friends. Is there any? We need some good news. By the way, if you ever want good, I can get us some good news. Watch this. I haven't done this in a long time, and we need some. Jesus Christ. Go to goodnewsnetwork.com. Look at this. The task is not so much to see what no one has yet seen, but to think what nobody has yet thought about that which everybody sees. Ooh, interesting. And profound. Erwin Schrödinger published his quantum theory 95 years ago. Ooh, that's nice. UFC champ Dustin Porridge Pourer is giving back, raising thousands for kids in need and inspiring other fighters. Love that guy. He's the opposite of Mitch McConnell. I won over $100 because of that dude. I guess it's kind of a push, right? Dustin Poirier won me 100. McConnell lost me 100. They're going to sue Trump too, I'm sure. Schilling says crazy stuff. He was clutch in postseason Red Sox. His regular season record, average postseason, and World Series was top notch. I look for Trump to start a Patreon or OnlyFans, probably, or website soon for $10 a month fee, something like that. I guarantee you're right. If he gets 10 million subs, that's over $1 billion a year. I think you're 1,000% correct. I don't I've been saying for a long time. I don't know why Howard Stern didn't do that. Well, I don't know why he ever went to Sirius. From day one, he should have said, "Fuck it, I'm going to start a fucking podcast. Charge $7 a month or $10 a month, $9.99, and I'll make 30 fucking zillion dollars a minute." Never understood it. I think it's because he's an elitist and he looks down on podcasts. He looks down on the medium. I don't know. You know, I love Howard. He just looks down on podcasts all the time. I mean, mine he should look down on. Nobody fucking watches it. Startup builds 3 huge indoor farms in Appalachia, turning coal country into agricultural hub. Look at that. That's nice. NBA star buys George Floyd's family a house. That's nice. And see, there's a new Alzheimer's treatment shows real promise in slowing cognition decline using antibody in human trials. This is nice, right? Isn't the Good News Network nice? You believe Khabib is still champ? I could be wrong. That wasn't for the championship, though, that fight, was it? I'm suddenly retarded, but Connor wasn't the champ. Who is the current champ? I don't even know what weight class that was. I already forgot what weight class Porridge is in. Got a good taste of weed in my mouth, though. China passes landmark law protecting the Yangtze. One of China's mother. Ooh, that's nice. Take care of the Yangtze. There was a great restaurant I used to order called Yangtze. Used to be on the promenade. The place was awesome. Little boy's stuffed Bambi rescued from frozen canal. He didn't think people would care. Oh, fuck. I love that. You know me and my stuffed animal friends. I have stuffed animals I talk to all day. They're my best friends in the world. I don't think so. That article you read, UFC champ. Oh, wow. All right, we'll take a look at that. Oh, you little guy. Did you get your little reindeer back? What's your little Bambi? What's your little Bambi? Everyone knows Santa's favorite red-nosed reindeer knows how to fly. But poor little Rudolph, his beloved stuffed toy fawn belonging to 4-year-old Nico Lavelle, did not. Aw. Nico found out the hard way while a walk-on with his mom, Brenda Duke, siblings 2-year-old Santiago and 6-year-old Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, when his little brother decided to test his pitching arm by tossing the stuffy over the railing next to the frozen waters of Ottawa's Rideau Canal. Unable to retrieve his best buddy, Nico and his family returned to visit Rudolph more than once. Luckily, the plush Bambi landed in close proximity to a distance marker sign, so it wasn't too hard to find. But prospects for a homecoming didn't look good. I feel like there should be graphics here. I want to see pictures. I know my motherfucking ad blocker's got here. Let me turn that off. I would I would have thought I had it turned off already, but maybe not. It didn't ask me to. I'm just gonna do it. Oh, look at that. It worked. All right. It's hard to see. Oh, I guess this is the view. Oh, there. All right. There's a little guy. Hey, there's little Bambi, and he's named Rudolph. Oh no, poor little guy. He's gone. All right. So then, here, close this fucking thing. Cunt. Um. Okay. So wait. Where's the? Okay. So prospects didn't look good. Poor little guy started to disappear under snow, but there was a little bump. Oh, that must be where he is right there. That's got to be it. That's when his older brother Sebastian Bach came up with an idea to rock and roll all day and party all night. During the pandemic, neighborhood social media became a lifeline to a community isolated with a lockdown. Sebastian urged his mom to reach out to neighbors to see if anyone might be able to help retrieve Rudolph. How about like getting a fishing pole and hooking him? Duke was skeptical at first, didn't want to bother anyone, don't think anyone would care. Sebastian convinced her to give it a shot. She took to Twitter. If anyone happens to see a stuffy reindeer, I think it's a fawn actually. I dated a girl named Fawn. When the canal opens, my kids would be grateful, she tweeted with an accompanying photo showing Rudolph's last known whereabouts circled in red. I love this. See, this is good news. Um, Toddler brother threw it in. I know it's unlikely since they clear snow and it'll be even more buried, but my 6-year-old asked me to post here. They come visit in our daily walks. It's the little mound you see. Oh, it's heartbreaking. As hard as it is to believe, a mission to rescue Rudolph was quickly mounted. Even the National Capital Commission, this is the kind of shit they do in Canada, signed on, pledging to put its Skateway Squad on the lookout. After several hours of relentless searching, our courageous NCC Skateway team saved a stuffed baby deer from a most tragic end. He's now safe and sound while he defrosts. We know a young owner who will be very happy to find him. I was right. There's the mound. You can see him right there. It's where I showed you where they circled that little mound. Oh, and there he is, the poor little Snowden guy. Ah, poor little fella. Poor fucking Rudolph. Even though he's a fawn. Let's see my eyes. All right. Doctor, my eyes have. Lo and behold, in the twinkling of one vigilant crew member's eyes, Rudolph was, though frozen and a bit soggy, MIA no more. He'd been thawed and groomed. Prodigal son, prodigal Stuffy was reunited with the joyful Nico and his grateful family at NCC headquarters. All thawed out and headed home. The stuffed deer, heroically rescued by the NCC Skateway team, has now been reunited with its best friend. Smiles all around. There he is. Fuck yeah. Good News Network. I should have like a little chime for Good News Network. Hi, I got my little guy back. Ba, 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 ba. How great is that? See that? Zach brings you the Good News Network. How fun is Zach's show? Why bask in all the bad shit when you can hang out with Zach? I don't know. Maybe because he says cunt all the time. And I just don't like it. I just don't like the word. I mean, I know he's just trying to be funny. I don't know what is he trying to be shocking? Is that what he's trying to do? Or is he just that fucking bored? Hello, you cunt. I don't know. The Brits don't seem to think it's that bad. All right, so you just have to ask, said Duke. People do care. Assuming that they don't, something adults do. My kids are growing up knowing that other people have our backs and other people care, and that's really heartwarming. The stuffed baby deer isn't the only thing melting. A watcher named Monica Ward seconded from her perch in the Twitterverse. So is my cold, cold heart. See, good news. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Zach brings you good news. All right, let's see what it said about the UFC. Maybe they're just saying champ because he was the champ, but I don't think he's currently. I don't know. Let's find out. You would think I would fucking know, right? He just reached number 1 in the UFC lightweight rankings after knocking out McGregor. But yeah, he's not. So yeah, he's not former 32-year-old former interim lightweight champ, but he's not the current champ. Current lightweight champ is Khabib, I think. I think you're right. But he's doing good stuff. And she's cute. Who's that? Hi, Zach. I was hoping you would scroll and find me. Here I am. I want you to teach me jujitsu. Let's see. It's probably his wife. Probably hitting on his wife. 32-year-old. He and his high school sweetheart. Yeah, there you go. Turned wife. What did I tell you? I've been with him for so long. I'm ready for you, Zach. I love you. There's something about you. I'm attracted to losers. I must have you. They began auctioning off shorts, jackets, wraps that Poirier used in dozens of storied fights, selling memorabilia through a nonprofit called The Good Fight. And then raised thousands of dollars. Money for the family of fallen LPD officer Michael Middlebrook, disabled children who didn't have a playground. First auctioned kit was from the Poirier versus Eddie Alvarez fight, with proceeds providing 3,000 meals for their local Second Harvest Food Bank. What a good dude. See? Good news with Zach. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. You get good news when you hang out with me. Isn't that super fun? It is, Zach. Hanging out with you is super fun. We should subscribe to your channel. Hit the thumbs up button. All right. Yeah, do that. Hit the thumbs up button. But you don't have to. I just want you to feel warm inside. Hey, Zach, it's me again. I really love you. Listen, Dustin will fucking kill you, but we've been together since high school. And I love you. I got to scroll away. You're going to get me killed. Your boyfriend's a killer. Khabib will smash him. What do you think, Zach? I think you are correct. I think Khabib is only thing that can stop Khabib is Khabib. I could be the tough guy, travel all around the world, get in bloody fights. He told KLFY News, but I can come home and I'm still dad. I can play Barbies. It really balances me out. Yeah. Dustin Poirier is super cool. He's provided selling fight kits, provided over 100 women experiencing homelessness with care packages, 500 children with school supplies, and backpacks at Acadian Middle School, shelter with brand new furniture for the residents, on and on. What a fucking great guy. Now other fighters are donating parts of their kits for the auction. I was going to say, I bet other guys are. Michael Chiesa from Spokane, Washington, even though it's spelled Spokane. Look at that. Michael Chiesa. Here you go. Here's some shit. Here's some stuff. Go sell it. Let's get some money. Let's do it up. What do we got?
Michael Chiesa, who's the main event on Wednesday, is going to be donating his fight kit to your charity. You're going to be doing some great stuff with the Boys and Girls Club. Just tell anyone who's maybe not fully aware kind of the goal around this fight and what you're going to be doing in terms of, you know, the greater good with this fight.
Yeah, we teamed up with...
Well, I'm going to start by introducing my wife to Zach. He seems like a good dude, and he hasn't been touched by another human being for nearly a year. Could probably really use some pussy.
The Boys and Girls Club of Acadiana. They have 6 locations there. We're going to be teaming up with them for their Project Learn initiative.
And, you know, we're going to ask everybody there involved if they're wives and girlfriends, as long as they're halfway decent looking and have, you know, big tits. We're going to ask that they all bang Zach.
And providing them with transportation to and from all 6 locations for the children. And
I sound like the Christmas poo. That's cool, because I can't ever do anything I'm trying to sound like. So if I can attempt other voices or just random wacky voices that sound like something, then I can, you know, I can really like push into it, lean into it. You know what I mean? I forgot. What does the Christmas poo say? Howdy ho. Isn't that what he said? Oh, no, that's Towley. Don't forget to bring a towel. Mr. Hanky was the Christmas poo. I forget what it does. What is Mr. I'm forgetting what the Christmas poo sounds like. Oh yeah, you said Mr. Hanky. And you said Mr. Bill. Jesus Christ. So all of them, are they all kind of the same voice? Howdy ho. Did you bring a towel? Don't forget to bring your towel. How's that? Is that good? Oh no, Mr. Bill. I remember Mr. Bill. I loved Mr. Bill as a kid. Let's get back to.
Also tutors for the year of 2021. So transportation and tutors for all 6 locations for the year of 2021. It's a big goal, a great way to start off the year giving back. It's a tough
It really is. It's good time to give back.
time with distance learning and at home learning, and the parents, a lot of these kids, man, people don't
And Zach can only watch so much porn. We got to get him.
don't ever sit back and just think about this, but these kids go to school and that's the only place they really get a hot meal. Some of these kids go back to broken, messed up, bad places.
And sometimes that's the only place where they can see a hot chick at school. They're not going to see one at home. You know what I mean? So where else are they going to see the broads other than the playground at their age?
And it's important to have positive.
Oh, really? The Towley's good? That's cool. I'm glad I could finally do something.
Not even male role models, just positive role models and positive peers in your life. And people don't understand that these boys and girls clubs and these places of that sort are a safe haven and a light in a lot of these kids in these kids' lives.
Yeah. And we always tell the kids, don't forget to bring a towel. Most important thing. You shouldn't encourage me. If you tell me I'm good at a voice, I will slip into that forever, and that will definitely make the viewership go down. That's a guaranteed way to kill the viewers off. I go down character voice land. All right, let's see if there's anything particularly awesome to talk about. And if there's not, I'm just going to end this. I'm hungry. I'm going to really try to go to bed. And I'm going to eat and try to go to bed in like an hour or two, get up at like maybe 10. I got to see what time the Senate confirmation hearing is. Fucking Newsom. See, this could. Is he following the science on COVID reopening or following politics? So now they're upset with him because he's opening shit. They're saying that ICU beds are all but unavailable throughout SoCal and the San Joaquin Valley. Thousands of new infections confirmed every day. So they're thinking that because of the push of the recall, this might have been, I don't know if this contributed to my betting at all or not, but he's, he can't figure out that he can't win because, he's a hypocrite. He's lost all credibility. And now that he's trying to open stuff, people are mad at him for trying to open it. It's hilarious. Mike Pence is homeless after leaving office, couch surfing with Indiana politicians. He's been residing in public housings for the past 8 years. Doesn't Mike Pence have a wife? The fuck? What is this? I'm not falling for that trick. I'm not turning the ads off on Yahoo. The ad blocking has to stay on Yahoo. They'll fucking kill you with the ads on this website. They should have something. They should say, hey, we'll make a deal with you. You turn off your ad blocker. We won't just make this website unviewable with ads. We'll keep the ads classy and like it'll be a good ad experience. I wouldn't turn my ad blocker on. But no, you scroll down and 15 pop-ups and videos start automatically. Shit videos start playing you don't want to play. From the Independent, Mike Pence is homeless after leaving office and couch surfing with Indiana politicians, report says. There's a difference between not having a residence and being homeless. Come on now. Namita Singh wrote this. Oh, Namita, I need to eat you. Namita, need to eat you. Nina, Nina, Namita. Na 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 Namita, sing about Namita. Everybody sing Namita, sing about Namita. Nama nama Nita. Former Vice President, VP Pence, blah blah blah. Doesn't permanent residence. Used to live at the Naval Observatory. He looks at his belly button. That's the Naval Observatory. He lived in someone's belly button. Not even a belly button, the place where you observed belly buttons, the Naval Observatory. Cracking myself up. Farewell address. Pence announced moving back to his home state, Indiana. Namita's song bringing me back to fifth grade, Zach. I don't even know what that song was about. I'm just being retarded. That's about where I stopped evolving, was about fifth grade. That's about where I belong. But does he have a okay? Yeah, the second couple. Yeah, he's got a wife. All right, whatever. Who gives a fuck? What a stupid. I don't care about this article. New defense secretary preps to tackle sexual assaults. I think you should stop the sexual assault. I don't think tackling somebody during a sexual assault is going to help. You're just going to push the guy further into her. That's what I say. I wouldn't do it. I'm not, I'm not going to go read the article, but that's as funny as I'm going to get with that one. So, emboldened Dems eye federal minimum wage hike. That's a bet on PI. Will they pass federal $15 minimum wage this year? Look at this fucking idiot's name. Arthi Swaminathan. Swaminathan's fucking retarded nation. Adult Swim Nation. Arthy's kind of cool. Arthi the Aardvark in the Swamp Nation. Meet all of the characters in Swamp Nation, a.k.a. Washington, D.C. We have the turtle, Mitch McConnell. We have the sheep, which are all of the, people that make up the woke crowd. Fall for their nonsense. Arthur the Aardvark in Swamp Nation. Cartoon for kids about the swamp that is DC. Learn about politics and that everybody lives in a swamp called Washington, D.C. and they're all scummy and you're not going to like any of the characters on this show. Boop, boopity, boop. Coming Saturday mornings. Aardvark Swamp Nation with Arthi the Aardvark. No, just called Swamp Nation with starring Arthi the Aardvark. New Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders and congressional Democrats are renewing their push. I wonder why these videos go on for so long now. To increase the federal minimum wage for $15 an hour by 2025. I guarantee this market on PI just took a giant dump. Let's take a look. Oh, what happened over here? Oh, I sold. Do I? So the only shares I have are here still. I'm keeping this 50 to 54. I like it. Maybe I won't sell. Maybe I won't sell these. Right now, I've got an $8 investment, $23 payout. Anybody have an opinion on this? I paid a quarter for it, so it's the same price I paid for it right now. Huh. Anyway, that's not what we were here to look at. What we're here to look at is the $15 minimum wage. And there it is. I knew it. 93 cents. So this is another way of saying that only 7% of the people in this market believe that it'll happen in 21. This market got confused early on because Biden signed an executive order for $15 for federal workers or some shit. And all of these things, when they do up the minimum wage, get phased on over years. So there was a bunch of people that took the yes side on this and got their asses kicked. That's pretty funny. So now, though, I knew it after reading this. There's no fucking way. This market's dead. Take it to 99 cents. This thing is done. This is so some people, you could buy this now at 93. You could buy the nose at 93 cents a share, get 7 cents profit, hold this in the account, 7 cents on every share you buy, hold it in the account until 22, and you might make more money there than you would from interest in your savings account. There's literally a lot of situations where you'd be better off just with certain guaranteed things putting your money here, even though you had to park it for a long time, because you'd get a higher return on it than you would from your savings. It's pretty fucking funny. Man, I'm really hungry. So if we can't get enough Republicans to vote for this, but again, so this is by 2025. Can't get enough Republicans to vote for this. We can't take no for an answer. We must raise it through budget reconciliation. That's what I'll be fighting to do. It's a process that expedites the passage of certain types of spending legislation. The newly introduced bill is co-sponsored by House Committee on Education and Labor Chair Bobby Scott Sanders, Senate Help Committee Chair Pat Murray. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, every worker in America should be able to make a living wage. Our current federal minimum wage is a disgrace. How can you feed your family or pay rent or even think about it? I don't think the minimum wage was ever intended for anybody to make a full-time living off of. I always thought minimum wage was for kids in middle school and high school and unskilled workers who weren't qualified to do anything else. And I don't know. And those people need some kind of helping hand, by the way. I just don't know if this, I could be wrong. I don't think this $15 minimum wage, I don't think there should be any minimum wage. This is where I get a little libertarian. I don't believe in the minimum wage. Let's say you have somebody that is, mentally only capable of doing very simple tasks. I think that person, and they have this, by the way. I worked at a company where in the warehouse, they had people that worked and they had different mental disabilities, but they did very basic tasks and were paid below minimum wage. And, but of course, they still received other benefits and stuff. basically high functioning autistic people, things like that. So I'd rather see zero minimum wage. People do the things that they're, but then the people that need help, I think, should have that supplemented through a UBI. This is why somebody called me a libertarian socialist, because I believe in no minimum wage but a UBI. So there you go. Where do I fit in? Man, I'm really worried about the feeling in my chest. I feel like I've got the Rona. Federal minimum wage sits at $7.25 an hour, number that's been in place since '09. A lot of places just raise their minimum wage on their own. It's long overdue. Sanders says the Dems have the votes. Fuck it, do it. What do I care? I don't care if they do it, by the way. I'm not going to be angry about it if they do it. Give it a shot. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a fucking economist. I don't know anything. I just listen to Peter Schiff. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. If Peter Schiff is wrong, I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be great. Either that or maybe a bunch of people will lose their jobs because people will go, I can't afford that. I don't fucking know. We voted 15 an hour in Florida last election. They're just going to make less people work twice as hard. That's what I'm saying, dub style. I don't know if I think, did we pass that in California? Maybe. Not sure. I can't remember. I have to Google it. Let's see. California's stair step climb to $15 and minimum wage continues. So, they're ramping it up. Here it is. January 1st of 21, the minimum wage for employers with 25 employees or less, should say fewer, will increase to 13 per hour. 26 or more will be 14. So it's increasing. Currently, it's 12. I mean, it was 12. That was in January 1st of 2019. But it increased January 1st of 21. So there you go. You can't read that. Neither can I. So, how do we end the day in the markets? Down $4.25. Tough day it's been a tough week in the markets, people. Getting my ass kicked in the markets. I'm very hungry. I feel like eating something I shouldn't. Jane Fonda received a reward. I love Jane Fonda, so good for her. Coronavirus, dangerous days still ahead. Adam Schiff gives confused Republicans a blunt. That's pretty cool of him. I want to go home. Filipino domestic workers face exploitive conditions. Asia, Europe, Middle East. Okay, fun. See how much more fun the Good News Network was? Massive internet outage hits East Coast. Took down Gmail, Slack, Amazon AWS. Wow. I think something went on last night with my internet, by the way, because those weird problems I had, that was out of the fucking blue last night. Everything's working fantastic tonight, knock on wood. I'm doing it. I'm knocking on wood. Don't worry. It's my own head, but you know what I mean. Senate's inherently undemocratic. Marjorie Taylor. Sharing questionable hacks on cheating or some shit. Oh, Tony Shea. Oh, is this more news about Tony Shea? We covered Tony Shea before. Why this in news now? Oh, new article. He locked himself in a shed with nitrous oxide cartridges, liquor bottles, drug paraphernalia, propane heater, candles, among other flammables in the moments leading up to the fire that killed him. Turns out he died from smoke inhalation. Couldn't figure out if it was carelessness or intentional. Drugs and alcohol may have impaired his reaction. Investigation ruled an accident. Oh, yes, mistakes are made. Affinity for nitrous oxide. This is all stuff I covered in my old video. This is nothing new here. I guess it's just official now. What we already knew. Here's a little more details, I guess. Brother knocked on the door. Time to leave for a vacation. Video footage. Carbon monoxide alarm went off. Blah, 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 blah. Carbon monoxide, fire, smoke inhalation, rich. Donated to Vegas. Oh, no longer with us. He no longer here. Tony Shea. Senator presiding over Trump's trial leaves hospital. Biden in first call with Putin presses on his navel. All right, guys, I think I'm running out of steam. Oh, yes. Dangerous days. Take a quick gander at Twatter, because we didn't really spend any time on it. You ever done everything in your power to help someone only have them shit in your face? Sure have, Ike. That's Miss B getting my back as always. We always get each other's back. Add me on Discord. I always get her back. I love her. I'm addicted to Clubhouse. Fuck, what's Clubhouse? Now something else I got to get on now is Clubhouse. Ooh, nice. That looks real good. Eddie Izzard. Always support Eddie Izzard. Love Eddie. Her OnlyFans. Support my girl on her OnlyFans. They're still enforcing the pump on GameStop, and on the Reddit people are still after it. It's pretty crazy. Oh, I'll see what's trending behind the screens. Okay. Alex Winter, don't give a fuck. Frontline, his American Carnage. Updates for Cali. Ridiculous rise shows the meme stock market's arrived. Nunes, Reagan, and Trump. A lot of pain in my chest. I hope I don't have the Rona. I'm very paranoid. Moscow Mitch, Dinesh, COVID. We don't need trending. X-Men vote. Don't care. Anxiety makes me. I'm not joining their fucking shit. I don't need to talk about my anxiety with them. Let's see. I want to start a group of people with anxiety and depression that don't want to fucking talk about it constantly, and bond with other dipshits on social media about being pussies. Just stop being a pussy. That's what I tell myself when I get anxious. It doesn't always work. I still have panic attacks. I was appalled at the video I saw earlier. Let's see, what was it? Did you hear? Did you cover the Liberty High School police beating video? That's a must see. Ooh, I haven't seen that. I was appalled at the video, so the way her head hits the pavement makes you feel ill. Oh, I don't want to see that then. Fuck that. All right, but I have to see it? Okay, I'll see it. I don't know anything about it. All right, nothing there. Exciting news. New Zealand? I don't care. Johnson. Johnson. Wall Street. So much going on. Scientists are predicting a Tahoe without snow. It was snowing in Malibu a day or two ago. They're rioting in the Netherlands after a third night of COVID-19 curfew riots. 150 arrested. What happened there? Anti-lockdown protests turned violent in Dutch cities after the country introduced an overnight curfew on Saturday, toughest lockdown since the start of the Rona. Third night of unrest, 151 arrests, extra riot police, looting, fireworks. It has nothing to do with protesting. This is criminal violence, it is. I don't know why I'm doing a half-hearted... I'm tired is why. It contains sensitive material. I don't care. Show me this. But I'm a fucking adult. Riot police. All right, let's see some shit. What do we get?
Violence. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte said this morning in response to
tell me.
in his country, the Netherlands, on Sunday.
Just show the shit. Action.
The riots come a couple of days after a curfew was implemented in the country for the first time in its history since World War II.
What's gonna happen now?
The measure
I thought he was gonna run him over.
was taken in response over concerns of the
now what are you gonna do?
corona mutation that has been
boring.
Sunday night, people
You guys don't know. Ooh, horses.
Big
That's
cities
good.
like Amsterdam and
I was gonna say, you guys don't know how to
also
riot for
smaller
shit.
towns. Cars and buildings were vandalized, and in one place even stones were thrown at a hospital.
Stones were thrown at a
testing facility
hospital?
was burned down.
Corona testing for
Rutte has said before that the curfew
Why
will
would-
be the first measure
we
to
hear
be
people
stressed
throw
when
fucking
possible,
Molotov
but
cocktails
also
at cops. You throw
reiterated
stones
that
at
remains
buildings?
necessary for now. He condemned the riots, but also stressed that 99% of the Dutch people did respect the
Wow, man, the fucking world is still out of control. What do we got here? This is a repeat of America. All right, I'm gonna find the video you're telling me about, and then Germans are looting the testing centers too. Jesus. Liberty High School police. Let me look this up, and then I'm gonna end this shit. I'm tired. And hungry. And I think I'm gonna eat something bad. I gotta get my diet under control. Liberty High School. Oh, is this from my neck of the woods? This is where I was gonna say, is this from Liberty City by any chance? Here's a video of a guy talking about it. Hey guys, I don't want to see your commentary on it. I want to find the video and I want to do commentary. Oh, here it is. YouTube didn't want you to see the video, but here it is. All right, let's see what we got. What do we got? Not a lot. Florida cop slams black female student to ground, knocks her out. Boom, there it is. Let's see. Video surfaced. Florida cop, black female student, knocked her unconscious. Video was shot Tuesday, Liberty High School in Osceola, Florida. Oh, Osceola, different Liberty, not Liberty City. Loud bang as her head hit the floor. Everybody's talking about this. What was the? Oh, I missed the. Oh. Wow, that was. She should have probably not fought with a cop. Why is she fighting with the cop?
Video has surfaced of a
fucking bald asshole that just fucking crashed my podcast. Get off my screen, bald asshole. Yeah, I know Osceola. I went to college in Orange County in Orlando, Florida. University of Central Florida. All right, guys. I will be back tomorrow. Maybe multiple times, because my plan is to try to get some things off the ground in terms of my my new blog. And also, although I at least get some content for it, I guess. But anyway, I got to do some shit. I've been wasting a lot of time. I've been depressed. I'm constantly tired. And she was fighting with another girl. Yeah. Why was she fighting with another girl? Stop fighting with people. So she would have done the same thing to the other girl if she could have. She would have slammed the other girl that she was fighting with to the ground and knocked her out. But then she resisted arrest. Stop fighting. That should be the moral of the story. Don't fight. It's dangerous. You might get slammed to the ground and knocked out. Get your head hit. She'll probably end up with a millionaire now, so she'll probably end up better off. She'll probably make more money from the lawsuit than she ever would have gotten if she had been a real fighter in the UFC and was actually successful at it. So good for her. She could retire. Anywho's, I'll probably get up, fuck with PI. I might live stream some live trading, that kind of thing. Work on my new blog for bettingpolitical.com. And just try to do some shit. I might crash and end up having to take a nap. But then I think I'm going to do, I don't know, man. I got some, but then I'll probably do a regular live cast later. Just don't know when I'm going to do these because I might want to go do some training, and I do that in the evening, so I got to figure it out. But the point is, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll always know when I go live. You should receive a notification, especially if you hit that bell and you choose all. You should receive a notification when I go live or when I upload a new video. And so that's that. And oops, I hit it twice. That's fun. Let's see. What should I promote here? Well, I've got the I think this link will work if you want to join the Discord server. I think that link will work. Let me try it on my end. The one I'm trying to forward to doesn't work, but I think that one does. He needs to be fired. Yeah, kids do dumb shit. The responsibility is on as an adult not to make the responsible person of the crime. Yeah, you're right. Probably. You're probably right. Just talking shit, man. Just talking shit. Everybody should do the right thing, though. If everybody did the right thing, we wouldn't need police. Imagine that if everybody just was nicer. The other thing you could do, you could join the Discord server. That link does work. You could also join the fan club. Go to ZachWaldman.com/fans. And when you go there, you'll find my affiliate links. There's all kinds of things you can do to support me. Some are absolutely free. I would love it if you would join the fan club. I'm getting pretty dejected. I guess it's my fault. I should be uploading more videos that have the potential to go viral. I did 4 last week on one day, and I'm going to try to do 4 tomorrow. I'm going to try to upload 4 videos tomorrow. And I think the more often I can do that, the more I can do the cast, and upload like 4 videos a day every day, that's just a lot of shots at something going viral. Finding my voice, finding the thing that clicks. And if just one of those videos gets like 1 million views all of a sudden, could change everything, you know? So I'm going to stick with it, but it'd be cool if you joined the fan club. I mean, unless you're saving for a sailboat, in which case, don't worry about it. But otherwise, it'd be cool if you join the fan club. And if you don't, you'll see that again. There's free things you could do. You could use my Amazon affiliate link, for instance. That's free. If you're going to buy something on Amazon anyway, you know. If you like to gamble, you can get some free money to gamble with. Go to zachwaldman.com/betdsl. I just put, what did I bet, guys? It was like $158, something like that. It was bonus dollars I got from BetDSL. It was free money. They gave me a $25 bet on Thanksgiving. It was a Turkey Day coupon. And I took that $25 bet and got it up to like $85, then to over $100. And now last night I put the whole thing, I think it was 158 if I remember correctly. And should we take a look? Let's take a look. I'm curious. I can't remember my own bet. But here, let me log in here. Come on. And here we go. We've got, I got a parlay. Yeah, it was 158. So I've got a parlay. I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the under. So I need the Bucks to win or to lose by no more than 3, because they're getting 3.5 points. So I need the Bucks to win, and I need them the whole game to be under. Let's see if I could scroll over here. I think this thing is too big to see the rest of my bet. That's the problem with zooming in on this. Maybe that one's okay. I know the under was 56.5. Why is it? Can I click on there to see it? Here. Oh, here we go. So Tampa Bay is the underdog, given they're plus 155. How come I don't see my 3.5 points on this? I see the under 56.5 right here. Oops. I see that. Where's my 3.5 points? Supposed to get Kansas City. I mean, not Kansas City. Jesus Christ. Tampa Bay is supposed to be getting 3.5. Where is that? I didn't take them straight up. Anybody? Maybe I should, let me try zooming out again. I fucking know that I took the 3.5 points though. The fuck? Retro parlay. So confused. My bets. I can't figure it out. Wager history. This week. Oh, this is only going to show me. Fuck. It's really hard to do this for you guys because I see different shit when I zoom in and out. And so I can't fucking see it. Open wagers. Well, this is all that matters. I just don't know where it doesn't show my fucking. Is this the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. Urgh. Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure, unless I fucked up placing the bet. See if we go to the retro book. I did it through the retro book. I guarantee you're gonna see here 3.5. So Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 3.5. See you later, Miss B. I'm gonna be wrapping things up anyway. So that says plus 3.5. Oh, then there was the okay, but this is where I place it. There's the parlays. Come on. And so yeah, this is what I took. I took the Buccaneers plus 3.5 and the under. So I know I got plus 3.5. I just don't know why. It doesn't show it here. But I guess it doesn't matter. Is the all right, whatever. Point is, if you want some free money, I could show you even the let's see, where's my referrals here? Ooh, there's a Super Bowl campaign. I was using the default. Here, what's the Super Bowl campaign? Invite your friends or family to become a BetDS member. Receive $25 gift card on the house. You guys want that link? I'll give you that link. There you go. Here, look at that. That's a special. But I almost think my this other one is better. I think I've got the default campaign. Check this out. Refer a friend. Invite your friends or family. If they deposit 100 or more, we'll give you a $200 bonus. And I think you get a $200 bonus as well. So I think this link's better, man. And that's actually that's the first link I gave you. This one, ZachWaldman.com/betDSL. So deposit 100 and we both get a $200 bonus. So that's pretty cool. No one's done it yet. I just started promoting it. That'd be cool if one of you fuckers was the first. And so that's that. So yeah, man, I stand. So that's pretty cool. We'll see. Rooting for the Bucks in that under. That'd be a nice payday. $611. I would think you would think I'd by that time, as many times as I've gambled this bonus, I'll be eligible to turn it into cash. Hopefully, especially I'm thinking I'm gonna win. That's how confident I am with that bet. All right, guys, have a beautiful night. I will see you tomorrow. I appreciate all of the support, and I will be back. And of course, I'm going to end the show the way I always end the show, with a little Reverend Carl. And other than that, you know I mean it when I say it. I love each and every one of you more than chocolate cake. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
1, 2, 3.
14 below is closed. My work is done, but I'm feeling low, and I wanna play the night away, the night away. I can't stand to be alone. I gotta bring over some people to fill up my empty home. Yes, I do. Yes, I do now. I'm having a party, having a party, having a party. I'm having a party, people. And a party, people. Well, well, well. Put out the word to the chosen few. I got the SMC, my friends. Bring your choice of blues, your choice of blues. The buzz is on and the mood is set. The candles burn as the turntables turn by the TV set. Yes, they do. Yes, they do now. Having a party, having a party, having a party, having a party, people, and a party, people, and everybody's getting down now. Party people, having a party, having a party, having a party, people. The monster man is feeling smooth, while in the mirror he's busting moves till he finds his groove, till he finds his groove. A Johnny Poet is feeling numb. He's gonna drink until the sunlight comes out to play. He's always running away. Where are your shoes today now? Having a party, having a party, having a party. We having a party, people. Party, people. And everybody's getting down now. Party, people. Having a party, having a party. We having a party, people. And a party, people. Just having plenty of fun. He's been drinking them 21s like they're going out of style. A jungleberry is scabbing tails. He'll smoke all the weed you have if you let him away with it. I let him away with it. I let him away with it. Away with it. Away with it now. Having a party. Having a party. Having a party. We having a party. Dressed in plain, he'd like to bop the night away, cause he's come a long way from that Ventura County girly girl by the telephone. She's been waiting on a man to call so she can share her love, share her love.